All right. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, session 16. We are here to have a good time after the crazy events of last session. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that, definitely check it out. Session 15 on YouTube. But if this is your first time watching, really quick, I'll just go over a recap of the campaign so far, and then we'll get into a detailed recap of last session in a little bit. So our characters here had started in Elturel, a holy city in the Western Heartlands, and they went on a mission for some leaders of Elturel, and on their way back to the city vanished right before their eyes. They found a caravan with some people that they helped on a 10-day trek back to Baldur's Gate, and upon reaching Baldur's Gate, they found that the city was under lockdown. A couple of our members are members of the Flaming Fist, and the gate captain, Flame Zaj, gave them a mission to check on some murders that were happening in the outer city. The group solved those murders and was able to get passage into the city for their good work in solving the outer city murders. Then the good old Flame Zaj sent them on a mission to solve a simultaneous set of murders that were happening in the inner city. They did a little bit of sleuthing, and that led them to the Elf Song Tavern, where they met a pirate named Tarina, had some run-in with some pirates, a guy named Deadeye, and interrogated them to find out some more information. That information led them to the Frolicking Nymph, which is a bathhouse in Heapside of Baldur's Gate, and they found a secret dungeon underneath the bathhouse. And that is where we started last session, as they were just entering this secret dungeon underneath the bathhouse. But let's start off with some character introductions. You'll notice there's a new character here this session. But let's start with you, Igvis. Why don't you just explain for us who Igvis is and what he's all about real quick?
Hello, I'm Manny. I play Igvis. Igvis is a winged tiefling monk who is currently a gauntlet of the Flaming Fist. His whole deal is to try mostly to find out what happened to a friend that went missing and then was later found out what had deceased. And he is currently trying to figure out how that happened and kind of get revenge, that kind of thing.
Great, thank you, Igvis. Dolakesh.
I'm Sherlock, or Eric, and I play Dolakesh. He is a Emerald Dragonborn warlock, currently mostly just in hiding from his past, and maintains a little profile by pretending to be in the Flaming Fist, although that cover was recently more or less blown. Right now, he's very much just interested in the going-ons of the recent cult activity and getting to the bottom of it and making sure things don't get too out of hand.
Perfect. Vaati?
Hi, I'm Horace. I play Vaati. Vaati is a blood hunter investigator who was born to an elven family. He's currently he was on a mission to investigate stuff in Elturel, and then led him to kind of start doing investigations for the Flaming Fist back where he lives in Baldur's Gate. Currently, he's dealing with growing pains of another voice in his head. Such things happen, and he's currently unconscious on the ground.
There we go. Alais?
I play Alais, who is definitely just a bard and definitely not up to anything.
Great. And Mariana, a new character that just popped up.
Alright, I'm Bees. I now play Mariana, formerly Marza. And she is a pirate that we will soon get an introduction to. But just on the surface, she pretty pretty unremarkable just at first glance, except for the fact that she is a water genasi. Kind of has like a constant mist clinging to her. Very much keeping an eye on things, but just going with the flow for now.
Perfect. All right. So those are our characters. So Dolakesh missed the last 2 sessions, so you are excluded from our role here. And we'll exclude Mariana as well, since it's supposed to be from character's perspective. So Igvis, Vaati, and Alais, if you guys want to roll me a flat d20, we'll see who gets to do the recap from last session. And for those who are watching, if you've never seen any of these episodes before, I have everybody roll a flat d20 at the beginning of every session, and one of the characters gets to recap the events of last session in greater detail. So looking at these rolls, we have Igvis with an 8, Vaati with a 3, and Alais with a 20, because Alais definitely doesn't want to recap, it seems. But I think our winner here is Vaati with the lowest roll. So, Vaati, if you want to go ahead and recap from Vaati's perspective the events of last session whenever you're ready.
So last session, we found a trap door that went to what seemed at first like a group of like old sewer caverns that were very dark and damp and gross. It led to what I would know as the three dead ones. Each had their own door at the end of this cavern, and we opened one door and nothing behind it except for another hallway that was dark. We opened another. There were some people that were there, so we quickly hid behind the first door. After that, we decided to go back into the second door after we thought things may have calmed down. Turns out we were wrong, and we had to fight necromancers and explosive zombies. This is something that I happened to notice when attacking them, that they were leaking corpse stamp gas. Knowing this, I figured that there would be a way for me to deal with them before they would do harm to me and potentially the party. I was wrong. They all exploded, and we got imprisoned. From there, I just kind of used some of my wounds to loosen everybody else's shackles, and we made our way through what seemed like giant stores of the explosive gas. On our way out, I opened a door to find a queen necromancer? Couldn't quite tell you. She had rats. They were awful. They ate me alive at least twice. And from there, I was unconscious for a lot of it, but we nearly defeated the necromancer, only for them to blink and fireball away, and it cost us the life of one of our party members. And that is where everything left off.
Great recap. So yeah, let's go ahead and switch scenes here. All right. So as we switch scenes, just as a reminder, again, as Vaati had already mentioned, at the end of last session, you met a woman necromancer, spellcaster of some sort, identified herself as Flennis. Flennis was the name, and as you were fighting her, it was a hard-fought battle, but she ended up casting darkness over the party, and then a giant fireball engulfed everybody in the darkness. Dolakesh did manage to come into the dungeon last minute to help save the party, and Dolakesh currently finds himself with all of his party members unconscious at his feet. He is currently the only party member that is alive and conscious at the moment. As Dolakesh is there with the party. I just want to kind of go back up to Mariana. So, Mariana, you hear as you are keeping watch up there at the dungeon entrance an explosion of fire. What would you do as you hear that explosion going from deeper into the dungeon? Would you try to follow that sound, or would you stay where you are guarding the entrance?
I'm still kind of figuring out who she is, so the guy who's paying her is down there, so I'll say she'll follow it.
Okay. So if you want to go ahead and move yourself on the map, you should be able to control this new token. And you will arrive down where Dolakesh currently is. As you go around the corner using your hooded lantern, it provides some light for you in a 60-foot radius. And as you come around the corner, you find those three doors. Three doors that we had described earlier. And just to give a reminder of what those doors look like, there is the east door depicts a tall armored man wearing a bucket helm with a right gauntlet that's painted black and clutching a set of shackles. The western door depicts a powerfully built skull-headed man with long curved blades where his hands should be. And the southern door, as you come by, which is currently open, and you can see Dolakesh on the other side. That door depicts a cloaked figure whose face is hidden under a cowl and clutching a screaming human skull and skeletal hands. And as a reminder, again, information that you already know, Vaati had already identified these doors, the east door being a depiction of Bane, the south door being a depiction of Merkel, and the west door being a depiction of Baal, the Dead Three, the Dark Gods. But as you come here, Mariana, you walk through that door and you see Dolakesh up ahead, who is holding a torch and standing over the bodies of 5 unconscious creatures, who you recognize as his companions. So as you approach Dolakesh, can you describe in a little bit more detail what Dolakesh actually sees, as far as what Mariana looks like, and what do you say?
So, Mariana is sort of an average human stature, I suppose. A little stockier from dealing with ropes on the ship. Definitely has those arm muscles that you'd have from hoisting sails, and a worn pair of gloves that are definitely worn specifically from pulling on those ropes. With 2 daggers, one on each hip. And she kind of, even just walking through this dungeon, looks sort of like she's just come off a ship, is kind of like misted like an ocean spray. But she is cautious right now. Usually she's very relaxed, and as Dolakesh saw her when she came to the investigation agency, generally pretty laid back, but now she is cautious, taking in her surroundings, and kind of approaches tentatively.
At this point, when you approach, you'd probably see Dolakesh kneeling over whatever remains of Mars's body, and I'd be kind of like solemn about it, but removing a necklace from around her neck. And DM, I'd like to take back the amulet that is like proof against location or whatever that I had given her.
Yeah, you can do that.
And so you'll kind of see me like fold that into my hand and just maybe mutter something under my breath you may or may not hear, but and then like close her eyes and look up to you.
I do also want to note real quick that when you go to take that, you'll also find a piece of paper on her that's very worn. Has obviously been crumpled and flattened several times. and it's a call for a meeting.
I'll
And-
put that into my pocket.
I can describe that to you further later if you want.
Or DM it to me, whatever you prefer, but sure. Looking up and seeing you, sorry, but things have gone really bad. Do you think you can help me carry some of these out?
Of course, I know how hard it can be to lose your comrades. And she'll kind of look at Vaati when she says that. On the ground. But
I don't know if she was my friend yet, but she was a good person. And I'll kind of hoist Mars's body onto my back and carry Igvis and Honed as best I can in my hands.
I am crazy weak, so I can maybe try to drag Alais.
Multiple trips it is.
Do you want me to keep watch while you pull the others up?
Seems everybody fled, but I suppose it could help.
All right. So just to repeat again, so you look to grab these bodies and pick them up, and you're trying to drag them out. Is that correct? Is that your intention?
Yes.
Okay. So who grabs who? You have 5 bodies here. It's clear to you, Dolakesh, that Marza is dead. She is deceased. The others still seem alive and breathing and stable for now. So who would carry which bodies?
I would hoist Mars's body over my shoulder if I could, and then since we're probably going to do true trips anyway, I'll carry just Igvis for now and come back for Honed. Actually, probably, who's the heaviest of these guys? Probably Honed or Vaati, right?
Most likely Honed. I know Honed also has... yeah, maybe...
No, I was remember we don't have any of the gear we were wearing except for clothes.
Correct. You don't have any of your gear except clothes at the moment. The only people with gear would be Mariana and Dolakesh. Everybody else, you notice Dolakesh, is missing all of their gear. So, something of note to you. But Honed is 140 pounds.
I am 218.
So Vaati is definitely heavier.
I'll attempt to carry Vaati out first and get him out of the way early.
Okay, so you will take Vaati and Marza and Mariana. How are you helping here? Are you going to grab one body?
Do you want me to keep watch here on the others, or do you want me to pull somebody else up?
I mean, shit, I don't want to spend as little time as here. I want to spend as little time here as possible, but there's the chance we may need to find their gear. So
I can start moving them down the hallway, at least. Get them a little bit further while you haul the others all the way out.
how far are we from the exit? Just 2 hallways, right?
And one through water.
Which is
Oh god.
difficult terrain for you when you're going through. So it takes you a little longer to actually get these bodies through the water, because it's already tough for you to get through the water on your own. And then while carrying this extra weight, it just slows you down more because it's 2 feet of water that was in that initial room and long hallway when you first came into the dungeon.
That sounds like a flickering nightmare. So perhaps we find their gear and one of them had potions.
All right.
Didn't you have potions, Dolakesh?
Standby.
Standing by.
I have a healer's kit, but all I can do is stabilize with that.
And according to my sheet, I don't have a potion now.
I thought you had bought some, I think, but
I think we talked about it, but yeah, I think me and Marza were just talking about that earlier before the start, that we were thinking about doing it, but we didn't, and regret it. But anyway, probably not a good idea to split up considering how fucked up these guys got, so...
True, but are you worried about them, the ones that we can't carry? Or do you mean just for going to find their gear?
I think we just need to find their gear and try to wake up as many of them as we can.
And so I will point out, Dolakesh, just a really quick correction and retcon. So when you had asked to take Marza's amulet, she doesn't actually have it on her.
Then you don't have the
Gotcha.
paper yet either.
Okay. Well, I would start moving over here to the west, Igvis, if you don't mind moving my token. What is this room? What do we see?
Yeah, so as you get into that room, this is a dry, partially collapsed room that contains a stone altar with humanoid skulls and bones piled around it. The top of the altar is covered with dozens of half-melted candles made of black wax, and they all are currently unlit. And as you look at those candles a little bit more, you can see names on the candles. And you notice that all of the names that are on the candles are also the names, coincidentally, of the murder victims from the inner city. And you notice another name that is also on the candle that was not one of the murder victims, which is Alyssa.
Fantastic. Don't we know an Alyssa?
that was the pregnant
boy,
one.
the pregnant woman that we didn't go get.
Yes.
Great. Okay, well, note for later. I guess we'll just carry on for now.
And I'll listen at this door.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll me an investigation or a perception check. Your choice.
Yeah, I don't think I hear much.
I'll open the door.
All right. Sounds good. You open the door and you find a chamber that has partially collapsed around an open stone sarcophagus, and the sarcophagus is filled with dust and scattered human bones in it.
Well, Mariana's
Yeah.
just gonna turn back around because that's obviously not what they're looking for, and it doesn't seem like they really have time for that right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue along as well.
Okay.
Leaving the door open or closing it behind you?
I'm
I
probably
don't care.
closing it behind.
Yeah, I just left it. Yeah.
And as you are moving about right now, Dolakesh, you still have Marza and Vaati's body with you, or are you guys moving ahead and leaving them in that room?
I'm leaving them in the room.
Okay. So as you guys get down to that room over there and you're looking in, you see a chamber, and it smells of rotten eggs and decaying flesh. At the far end of the room over here, which you can sort of see through the door, it's collapsed into rubble, where several large pipes bolted to the rubble twist their way towards a huge vat of iron here standing in the center of the room. Various tubes right here and here lead from that iron vat and off to that northern wall. 4 wooden beams brace the ceiling of the room, and 3 sarcophagal slabs have been converted into work tables in the eastern section of the room. 2 of them are covered with vials and different alchemical and arcane apparatus. And the center one has a human cadaver lying atop of it, which is partially dissected. Various organs and viscera neatly organized next to it.
Long shot, but I would like to investigate for any potions of healing.
Yeah, go ahead and give me... As you kind of look through the potions, go ahead and give me an investigation check. I'll also let you use Arcana in this case, too, to kind of identify potions as you're going through them. So your choice of investigation or Arcana. All right. So an 18 investigation. Yeah, you find some healing potions on the table. You find 3 healing potions along the items on the table.
I'm gonna immediately hand to Marisha. What was your name again?
Mariana, like the trench.
Mariana. Yeah, Mariana. And then take one and head up to the north area.
Okay. One of the other things I wanted to point out as you're kind of investigating the area down there is you know that iron vat is a pressurized vessel, and that it is collecting gas that's leaking through the collapsed wall. And the tubes connected to it are designed for the creation of zombies, you imagine, pumping up and bloating the zombies with the gas itself. And if the pipes weren't harvesting the gas here, the leak would be much, much more significant. You also know that someone is definitely experimenting with this cadaver that's on the table, trying to expose internal organs to gas coming from those walls. And you also know the nature of corpse damp gas with your check there. And you know, just to repeat it as well, is that it's most often extracted by necromancers from rotting corpses, and it has a number of properties favorable to their work, but it's an incredibly explosive gas.
These pipes, what are they made of?
Yeah, they are lead pipes, from what you can tell.
If I were to just like walk up to one and then like not with any significant amount of force, but kind of like test its sturdiness, does it feel like something I could like hit out of place and cause a leak, or does it feel like it's real sturdy?
Yeah, no, it definitely seems sturdy, but not impossible to break. You think if you, with some extra effort, you could potentially break one loose from the wall or cause a leak in some way.
And then besides my torch, is there any other light source in this room?
There is this kind of eerie green glow that comes from the vat, which seems to be swirling a little bit with gas inside of it. So there is light in this room, a greenish light.
Appreciate that. This is probably going to help us destroy the place, is what I'm thinking. But I'm going to head up north and fix some people up real quick.
Okay.
Mariana's gonna go for Vaati to get him up.
All right. So
Dolakesh will go for Igvis so that he can use his magic potion.
I will put a potion of healing there in the chat and Foundry. So Vaati and Igvis, you can both click on that button and it'll roll the healing for you.
If you check my body, though, I don't actually have the vessel on me.
So both of you can roll an extra d4 because you rolled a 1. So for those who are watching, viewers, we do have a house rule that on all healing, any 1s can be re-rolled as many times as needed until you don't have a 1 on any die. So Vaati, you got a 4 there, so you're actually going to have 8 points of healing. in total. And then you
I
got
got 6.
you got 1 extra, so you got 6. Igvis.
And then, given what happened in our play-by-post, Vaati's just gonna like wake up screaming for a moment, and then just kind of, oh, who are you?
Dolakesh, what are you doing here? Why were you so late?
I'm Mariana, Uncivil Serpent.
Oh, I'm assuming your captain sent you to give me information.
Found a few things, but that can wait.
Yeah. Later.
Who should get the second potion?
I think I'll just point to Elias. Be like, he might be able to have
Yeah.
some extra healing on top of.
Yeah, I'll give it to
Right.
him. I mean, those were my personal thoughts, but Mariana doesn't exactly know.
Elias, go ahead and roll your potion too.
How do I roll the health potion?
So here, I'll put it in chat again here. So there's a button in Foundry that says Potion of Healing. There you go. So you got a 6, and one of them was a 1, so you can roll a 1d4. You can roll it again. All right, so 7 points of healing, Elias, that you will get.
We all really wanted those ones.
Where am I? What happened? Who's gonna see who's on the ground still?
So currently Honed
Honed.
and Marza also are both on the ground.
So he's going to go to Honed, and he's going to use his remaining first level spell slots. For Cure Wounds.
Cool. For 7 points of damage. Healing.
Yes. And now he's going to go to Marza. And I know
Go to Marza. I'll put a hand on your shoulder.
He's going to start casting a spell, so I guess it's an initiative to see if you stop him.
No, I mean, you, at the moment, we're out of
I'm not-
initiative, so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you, but I'm making it clear she's dead, dude.
Elias is just gonna look up. She was one of the few good ones I found in a long time. Gonna, I guess,
Just get her out of here.
yes. At minimum, least she deserves a proper burial.
Do you guys still want your stuff, or we good?
There was a wizard or something, some sort of spellcaster that ran off down that hallway. I don't know if we have the power to fight her at the moment.
Okay.
Best
Lift up
to
Mars's body.
find our stuff the other day.
I suppose if we find it on the way out, but we're not fit to be just blindly wandering through these tunnels.
Anyone need help getting through?
I'm fine. If you have Mars's body, I'll basically guide you since you'll be blind, or I can just hold her so you can have your torch.
Yeah, Elias is gonna hold Mars's body, try to carry it out. He's gonna be, probably muttering things on, guess you're not guiding me this time.
We never checked these other doors here, did we?
The one we checked the one on the right. It led to another hallway, but we never checked the one on the left at the moment.
I mean, if there's anywhere your gear might be, it might as well be there, right?
And there may well be other worshippers.
That's the kicker.
If our stuff is here, we can always come back for it, but we know that there's people in this area still.
I mean, I still have
Okay.
my chains, so I'm okay.
I guess I could fight too, but
I just mean
Oh,
that.
no.
Like,
Let's not do that again.
I just
Better
I
off-
just mean that as in character, and Vaati just means that the thing that helps me.
So is anybody
I-
helping? Well, Alais, if you were moving with the party, they had torches and everything. I was gonna say
Yeah.
his token's kind of just stuck down there in the darkness.
Sorry about that.
And I'll extinguish my lantern as soon as we get back up to the lighted area.
So, how does one seek out a funeral in Baldur's Gate?
Funeral rites? You've done it before.
And as you get up those stairs and get out, you find yourself in the frolicking nymph bathhouse, and it is currently empty.
Mariana's just gonna walk over to one of the pools and wash off the blood off her hands from helping.
I don't know about you, but I'm tired of being killed by cultists. Ugh.
Indeed.
I don't know. I find it rather endearing that we all keep ending up in the same room in chains.
Did you guys learn anything from this?
Well, apparently the bathhouse has been housing more and more cultists coming through. We didn't get very far before we were, I want to say ambushed, but not really ambushed.
So, now what?
You can
Oh, good
come back
nights.
if you want to go rest real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, bury a body before anything else.
Let's deal with. Let's give Marza what she deserves, and then we'll rest at my place, and we'll go from there.
Do
I'm
any
not
of
sure
you,
where you plan on burying a body in the city.
do any of you know which gods she held?
She didn't strike me as one who held any particular regard.
Tomorrow it will be then.
What time is it roughly right about now? Like, how long were we out?
As you get up, it is late afternoonish. I think when you had first arrived there, yeah, it was early afternoon when you had gone into the dungeon. It was like 1, 2 o'clock, and right now it's about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Vaati's gonna look at the party and go, you guys can take care of Marza. I'm gonna go back to my office. Mariana has some information to share with me, and I need to collect some things.
We can wait for you if you'd like.
No, go. He's gonna kind of. You sense almost like he was hurt, like that, kind of like when somebody rejects you, like when they're asked out, kind of. So it's very similar pain voice.
Very well.
Would my would my knowledge of Baldur's Gate in general allow me to know if it would be just like fucking weird to just like bury a body in the cemetery, like if there's like a process to go through, or if that's something we could just do?
Yeah, so there's more than one cemetery. So you have the in Tumbledown, you have a cemetery over there, Cliffside Cemetery, and that's usually reserved for, ironically, given it's in the outer city, technically, more high-class individuals or people who have money. You would have to pay for a lot in the Cliffside Cemetery in order to actually get a spot there. In Heapside, which is the district you're in right now, there's the Shrine of Suffering, and at the Shrine of Suffering, there's a lot of pauper burials, and they have some just mass graves that they have up there, so you don't really need to be rich or anything like that to get a spot up there. If you wanted to actually buy a spot, you would have to go into the upper city, and you'd have to go to High Hall, and you would have to fill out the proper paperwork in order to purchase a lot and a piece of land, and then you would have to go through the process of waiting for that lot to be excavated and for it to be prepared for a burial, etc. So there's a whole process to kind of go through it if you want to get an official lot. Otherwise, if you're looking for something really quick, you can go to the Shrine of Suffering, and you can mass bury bodies there pretty much. They have right by the shrine, there's like this hole that kind of goes into the sewer, and they will literally, if you're poor enough and you can't afford a spot, they will just dump your body into the big hole that's in the sewer, and the rats will eat your body. As grim as that is.
Okay. What about like a
Can you
burial at sea? Go ahead, Elias.
do you think you could escort us out of the city? A mass grave isn't really fitting here.
No, we're certainly going to treat her better than that. DM, out of character question. What about like a burial at sea thing? If we were to put like a burning raft out to sea, would that like raise too much attention, or is that something that could be done without too much alarm?
You would have to talk to the harbor master. It's something that could potentially be done. So there is the harbor master's house in Baldur's Gate, and he kind of oversees all of Grey Harbor. And you would have to see if he would sign off of it. It would have to be something he'd have to sign off on. If you were to do it without his sign off, and you were to be caught, which a flaming boat or anything like that would be pretty obvious in the middle of the day.
Right.
Then if you were to be caught, you could face consequences because of that. Now, you do have Flaming Fist members who have some standing, which could be helpful in this case. But yeah, to do something like that, you'd have to clear it by the harbor master.
So I think that might be the most, respectful route, is give her like a burial at sea.
Let me go talk to Salad and see what I can put together.
Please.
Thank you, Igvis.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Igvis, you're going to go talk to Salad, who would be at the Basilisk Gate. Manip Salad. Then, Vaati, you're going to go back to your office.
Yes.
What are you doing right this second with Mars's body as you carry it out as the group? Are you bringing it back to Vati's office for now, or you bringing it to Salad?
Is she just like hanging out loose, or is she like wrapped in something?
Well, she has whatever clothes she would have had underneath her armor is pretty much all she has to her name, but all that has like been burnt, and so it's barely on her because that fireball burned at her clothes too.
Me, Honed, and Vaati have all visited the Mortarium. We can just have them at least get her a set of clothes to be buried in. while
Elias,
I go get it prepared.
yeah, doesn't really have anything on him. I guess, given she's been burned, Dolakesh, do you have a blanket?
Unfortunately, I just sold all mine.
The Mortarium's just on the way to Basilisk Gate. We can stop there, get her something, and I'll go to Basilisk Gate while you wait there with her.
I think we might as well just get it over with. We're gonna get some side eyes, but delivering her to the
we're in the
Mortarium
bathhouse,
is the best
right?
side.
Is there a towel that's like Marza sized?
You could absolutely find a towel in the bathhouse.
So
Okay, there you go, bud.
I'm gonna put like a towel for like a full size creature over her and drape it like a blanket.
Okay. You can absolutely do that.
And then Elias is going to leave. I guess what's the cost of a towel?
Oh,
Roughly.
it would be copper pieces, like 5 copper pieces.
So he's gonna leave 5 copper in place of the towel.
Okay.
At the cult run bathhouse? You're worried about that?
You know what? Fair point. Fair point. Elias is. Well, does anyone tell Elias this?
You're there.
I'm already
you were
gone.
there.
They
Elias
killed
is not.
Marza, and you're leaving them money.
You're
like- They're like, thanks for the tip, boys.
You know what? You're right. He's just gonna take the towel.
Lovely instant murder. Thank you very much. Had a 5-star experience. We'll be returning for another character death.
Sorry, I don't. Elias is not really processing right now.
So, okay, you just take
So the idea
towel.
is to bring. The idea is to bring her body to the Mortarium. So yeah, go ahead.
All right, so he's gonna, I guess, carry Marza to the Mortarium.
Okay. Sounds good. So you're able to bring Marza over to the Mortarium, which is labeled on the Baldur's Gate map, which you should be able to see there. And we're going to, really quick, I just want to get what everybody else is doing as well. So you're going over to the Mortarium. Vaati's going to his office. Igvis is going to talk to Man Up Salad at the Basilisk Gate. What about everybody else?
Mariana's following Vaati.
Okay, so Mariana would go back towards Vaati's office.
The only other person, because Dolakesh and Alais are both at the Mortarium, right? The only other person is Honed. And I guess he can just come with me.
Well, Dolakesh, sorry, maybe I missed you. Were you going to the Mortarium too? You're going with Alais there?
Sorry, yes, I'm tagging along with Elias.
Okay, so then, yeah, Honed would go with you, Igvis. So let's go ahead and we'll start with the Basilisk Gate. So, as you go to Manip Salad, Igvis, and I'll just keep the Baldur's Gate map up here instead of switching maps back and forth. You go to the Basilisk Gate, and you are able to find Manip Salad there at this time of day. It says, "Right, Igvis, Gauntlet, you're back already. Any news to report?"
Yes, but I have business to take care of. We haven't fixed the issue yet, but we lost one of our own and wish to give them a burial at sea. You think you can give me something so I can go talk to the harbor master?
I'm sorry to hear that, Igvis. But I suppose, it is the price of danger and duty, but yes, I'm sure that I can write something up for you for the harbor master. And he'll look into his desk and he'll pull out a piece of parchment, and you'll see him pull out a quill, and he will start writing something for you, which basically gives permission from from Flame Zodge. He uses Flame Zodge's name in there in order to perform a funeral at sea. And he says, when were you looking to perform this?
Tonight, if possible. I'll buy a barge if I have to.
All right, and he'll put the appropriate details in there. You know, the being able to use one of the barges on, and he says the east or west side.
East side.
East side. All right. We'll go for the east side. Would you like it to go out of the Brampton neighborhood, or are you looking for it to come out of a different district?
Brampton is fine. The less eyes, the better, anyway.
Right. Okay. So he'll put all those details in to be able to commandeer a barge, you know, for the Brampton neighborhood tonight at whatever time you ask him to write on there.
We'll just leave it vague, like sundown.
Sundown for you know, a funeral at sea, commissioned by the Flaming Fist with approval from Flame Zodge, and he will hand you that notice and that piece of paper.
Thank you, Madame Salad. We should have results here in just a couple of days, but I have to take care of this first.
Right. Sounds great. So I guess you won't be going to Duke Porter's announcement in the Wide then. I'm hoping that I can get off a little bit early so that I can attend.
I think this new group of mine needs me now.
Right, it makes sense. Taking care of such a personal matter. Well, I'll be sure to update you on the events of Duke Porter's announcement. It has to do with the refugees, after all, so we'll see what he has to say.
Yeah, well, I'll come back in just a couple of days. Let me know what happens by then.
Sounds great. Is there anything else, Gauntlet?
That's all for now, sir. Give him my little bow, and I'll leave.
All right. Sounds good. And you leave. And where do you head off after you leave?
I'm going to go straight to the harbor master and start setting up the funeral rites.
Sounds great. Candulhallow's Mortarium. So this is Dolakesh and Alais. So up here is where Candulhallow's is on your map. So you kind of you go to Candulhallow's, and before there was a gnome that was at Candulhallow's when you last visited. Actually, neither of you have been to Candulhallow's yet. Actually, I don't think, because it was Vaati and Igvis and Hone that went in last time. So you guys get to Candulhallow's, and you are met by a moon elf as you walk through the door. And she says, "Greetings. Welcome to Candulhallow's funeral arrangements. What can I do for you today?"
Put my hands in front of me, give my traditional bow. My name is Dolakesh, and this is my companion Alais, and we unfortunately lost a friend of ours in a recent battle, and we were hoping to store the body here until a funeral could be arranged.
Of course, I'm very sorry to hear that. Obviously, the loss of a loved one or a close friend can be quite difficult. Are you also in need of some services to help you deal with your thoughts during this trying time?
Not for me, but I'll let the others know.
We'll be all right.
All right, if it is needed, I do have quite a few great recommendations, but let me see the body here. Yes. Quite the event you must have been in. What exactly is the cause of death? It seems many burn marks on the body. Are you aware? I suppose I can go over it during the autopsy as well, but...
Does fireball count as a cause of death?
A giant fire blast. Well, right, we'll be able to make necessary preparations, and we'll have your friend here looking looking just as she did before these unfortunate events. My name is Leilena, by the way. Sorry I didn't properly introduce myself there. Of course, there is the matter of payment, of course.
How much is it?
So, for the full service, it would be 5 gold pieces in order to make these arrangements, and it's payable half up front. I'll take 2 gold pieces up front and 3 after the work is complete and you come to retrieve the body.
A pouch of 5 gold.
Okay.
Well,
So you hand Leilena a pouch of 5 gold, and she says, "Very well, all up front then." And she says, "Will you also be needing a spot at one of the local cemeteries?"
what were you planning
It
to
won't be necessary, no.
All right, very well. She will kind of motion over to another human male servant who is nearby to kind of take the body from you, and she'll say, "If I may?"
Elias is gonna just hand the body over kind of slowly.
Okay. And so that servant, along with another one, will come by, and both on one end, and they will carry the body back through a back door. And she'll say, "I should have this ready by sundown. You can come back then. Is there anything else I can do for you at the moment?"
That should suffice.
Very well.
Leave and head towards the Basilisk Gate.
Towards the Basilisk Gate?
Elias is gonna just kind of quietly follow Dolakesh.
Okay. So you both head off towards the Basilisk Gate. So what do you look to do at the Basilisk Gate?
Wait for Igvis to exit.
Are you well, Dolakesh?
Okay. And you will see Igvis exit, because you'll be done at Candulhallow before he's done making his report. And you're only a couple blocks down from where the Basilisk Gate is. And you'll see Igvis kind of coming out and moving throughout the city. And it doesn't seem like he notices you, but you notice him.
To Elias's question, I don't think she deserved it. I think she probably deserved it the least of all of us. And then I'll start walking towards Igvis.
I believe we agree on that. And he's just gonna walk back solemnly, quietly as well.
All right. So you move and you follow Igvis. Do you say anything to Igvis, or you just kind of follow along?
Sorry, I was assuming he'd have seen me once I was approaching him. 6-foot dragonborn with wings.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, it would just be a walk and talk and let him know, hey, I got these rights. Gonna go talk to the harbor master in Brampton. We'll come get Marza for this evening.
Igvis, are you well?
It's not the first time I've lost somebody, and it probably won't be the last.
Indeed, but it never seems to get any easier.
The wound still cuts deep, but you have to learn to live with it, right?
Indeed.
Okay. So as you get to the harbor master, who is right here on this little peninsula, you know exactly where the harbor master is because you're from Baldur's Gate, and you know that the harbor master's name is Orman. But you're able to enter the harbor master's establishment, and there's a little desk there, and you see a middle-aged, gruff old man with a white beard and white hair, and he has a cane that is standing up against the side of the desk as he seems to be working on some paperwork. And he doesn't really pay you mind as you enter.
I'm sorry, you said his name was Orman?
Orman, and I can put that in chat too.
So as I walk in, I'll just try and get his attention. Just be like, "Hey, Orman. Orman, you there?"
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Didn't hear you enter. And you can kind of see as he kind of looks up at you, he squints and he puts his hand up to his ear. And he says, what can I do for you?
I require a small barge out of Brampton. I have some orders from Flame Zodge, and I'll put down the paper. One small barge.
Oh, okay, one small barge. Let me see what you have there. Yes, okay, at sundown, and, yes, okay, you'll be needing a small barge. Okay, well, I guess the Flaming Fist will be paying for this then, if it comes from Flame Zodge himself. Yes, absolutely, we can do that. You can go, I guess, to dock, 121. I think that will do. Will that suffice? And he'll pull out a little map of, Gray Harbor, and basically dock 121 is where I am pinging on the map down here.
I'll just ask him, how much is the barge so I know what to tell the Fist?
Oh, well, it's gonna be in. He kind of writes down a couple things, shuffles through a couple different paperwork. Oh, well, for a barge of a small barge, you say, right? You don't need anything extravagant, just a little tiny, the smallest barge that we have would cost you right around 40 gold pieces.
I'll just put the 40 on the table and said, I'll get the reimbursement, just get me your receipt.
Oh, yes, I can do that. And he'll shuffle through, find a blank piece of paper, and he'll start writing out a document that basically says, the purchase of one small barge for the Flaming Fist, 40 gold pieces paid in full, beforehand, and for dock 121. And he will hand that back to you.
Thank you, sir. Hope to do more business with you later.
Oh, yes, indeed. It's always a pleasure working for the Flaming Fist.
Let's take our leave. We have things to prepare.
All right. So you go ahead and you take your leave. And where do you head, the four of you, after you take your leave?
I guess I'll just ask our group and just be like, Vaati said he didn't want to be involved, right?
Quite so.
Let's go get Marza and perform our ceremony.
Indeed.
All right. So we'll just take a second to switch over to Vaati's office, which is over here. Vaati, what are you and Mariana doing at your office?
Well, so I'm gonna open the door. Is the one woman there?
Yes, so I actually have a map for your office this time as you open that door. And you do see Cormilla, who is sitting there at her desk. And I'm going to do it so you can hover over her and see her name.
Cormilla, I trust you find my accommodations okay.
Oh, yes, I haven't had too much time, to really look around. I forget his name. Dolakesh, I think his name was. He showed me to the room upstairs, the second room on the right, and told me that would be where I would be staying.
Yes, and I did. Here's a pair of keys for you. That way that you can go in and out. You are no prisoner here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I saw that there's this door over here. It seems to be locked. I was just trying to look at my surroundings, but is that off limits or?
Just knock before. I won't give you a key. That's my private office. I keep client intel in there. I don't want you to get involved with that. But if you have any questions, or the door is open, feel free to walk in.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, yes. I mean, so far so good. I've only been here for a couple hours, but nothing seems to have happened yet. Haven't had anybody come by.
Sounds good enough. Me and the other Miss, is it? We're going to have a discussion in my private office. There should be some tea and or coffee in a kettle nearby the fireplace. Would you mind making us?
Oh, yes, I would be happy to.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
And she'll come over to the fireplace in order to do that as you go into your office there.
And then I'm just going to kind of light some of the torches around the room.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it is dark now.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, let me put some lights on this map. That might help, right?
Yeah.
That way...
I mean, I can see just fine. But
Don't follow the new person into a dark room. It's a terrible idea.
I look like a demon. I think that...
Besides, he let me in here, so it's kind of on me.
Okay, you got like a torch over here, let's say. And then maybe one on the back wall here.
I would imagine like something on the table, right? Like a candle or something?
Yeah. Two candles on the table.
But, so I'm going to invite Mariana to sit at the desk. What did your captain have for me, since we are out of Dodge?
Well, really, it's what I have for you. I was out in Tumbledown, found a few things. I just, you know what, I guess we'll worry about it later. You've been through a lot today, I guess. Well, there seems to be... I see that you are dealing with the Dead Three, but there's another cult at work. A dragon cult, led by a half-dragon. And I might have the location of their lair.
Okay. Anything in regards to any of the other information I requested?
No, afraid not.
Well, it's unfortunate. And you just said this information is coming from you directly. It's not something you were sent here for, right?
I discovered it, went to the captain, he sent me to you.
Fair enough. Still have a couple days left on our contract with your captain, so hopefully he turns up what I want him to. Honestly, I got my hands full. The three cults, the three different cults of the dead gods are just... they're a bunch. Dragon cult, I'll ask the group maybe when they get back. If I had to guess, it'd probably be something in relation to Dolakesh, given his cultish appearance and dragon-esque heritage, but... will you be staying with us then to guide us? Or are you just going to return to your ship?
Sure, but I'll guide you, but I suppose it might also be a good idea for me to just make sure you'll pay up later.
I intend to, as much as I loathe to continue to pay your captain. He was a bit weaker than I expected when we first met, but hopefully he'll own up on his portion of it.
And at this point, you'll hear a knock at the door. Yes, I have that tea you requested. And as she kind of comes in here, she like stumbles and and she spills the tea right on you, Vaati. I'm so sorry.
No. There's no. Not gonna punish you. There's no weird thing. Tea can be remade.
I'll get right on that. I shall go make the tea again, and she'll start like sweeping up the.
And then I'm gonna like kind of like grab her hand. Take your time. Breathe. Remember, this is supposed to be a safe place for you. You're by no means beholden. I'm not a master of some sorts. You work for me. That's about it. Okay.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Like a
A persuasion. Thank you. Using old Pathfinder terms.
Yeah, we're thinking of just a different system, that's all.
All right, perfect. She says, yes, of course. Yes, I'm sorry. I will go and I will remake the tea.
And I will take care of the mess in here. Okay?
Thank you. She will go back out.
And I'm just going to kind of like look at my clothes and be like, just going to sigh like, I'll have to get this cleaned. And I'll just kind of pick up like some of the cups and stuff and kind of use my already like soaked clothes to wipe up the tea.
And Mariana's kind of just like using her foot to push some of the liquid into the rug.
I look at you and like, could you not do that?
Just fine if you don't want help.
I'll get it, just not into the rug. I didn't buy the rug. Last thing I need is some person to show up from my family and they're just mad about the rug.
Fine.
Would you, if you wouldn't mind going to find the others, I have a few things to take care of here. Make sure that they all make it back, okay, to whether it's the tavern or here. Thank you for the information, and we'll continue this forward when the others have been informed.
Right.
And Vaati's just kind of like usher you out.
And as you usher her out, Cormello will be like, "Oh, I'm almost done with that tea."
It's okay, dear. That tea is for both you and me. You feel free to join me in my office. We'll have that tea and we'll talk about things. Get you to calm down, relax a little.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And she'll kind of like give like a nervous look to Mariana as she kind of passes by and comes into the office and closes the door behind her.
So Mariana's gonna step out of the office and realize she has no idea where the others went. She wasn't part of that conversation. It wasn't her business.
To the tavern you go, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
So you'll head to the Elf Song Tavern? Is that where you're going? Or what tavern?
The Majestic, I think?
The Majestic? Yep. Okay. So
and all Vaati's doing is like doing basically he's filing the paperwork to make her kind of like a deputy detective underneath the agency, so that like if for some reason Flaming Fist or someone has an issue, Cormella's signed stuff so that she's all set.
All right, perfect. And she will sign anything that you put in front of her to sign. And you notice that she doesn't really read through it. She kind of just skims through and just signs anything that you put in front of her.
Oh, no. So, and then after that, I'll be like, you have your set of keys. You Ground rules, you already know them. If you need food, go to the Majestic, talk to the barkeep, mention that you're employed under me. I'll take care of it. There's no kitchen supplied in this building, so I think that's the only thing that isn't in this building. My apologies.
Okay, thank you. Will do. Will do. You've already been so kind to me already. I don't know how I will ever repay you, but I will do my best to do good work here.
Sounds good to me. And again, remember this isn't a prison, and you feel free to walk away at any time. Just return your keys and let me know you're leaving.
Thank you, Vaati.
No problem. Now, have you tried your tea? And then I'm just going to let that cut off so you can go back to the other group.
Sounds good. So, Mariana, you go over to the Majestic. Not really sure where to be at the moment. So, you head off. And you come across the Majestic.
And she also figures that, like, most of the other stuff in the city is that direction. So if they're walking that way, they'll probably come past it.
Okay, sounds good. So as you come up to the Majestic, what are you doing as you kind of hang out at the Majestic? As you walk in, again, it is a large bar area. There is a piano up there. Seems like an older man is playing piano, and there are quite a few patrons that have started to gather at the Majestic, given it's starting to get a little bit later. And you see a man behind the bar, and he says, welcome. Welcome to the Majestic. What can I do for you? My name is Wilkes.
So real quick, these are benches, right?
Yes, those would be benches outside.
All right. So she's going to go up to the bar. Hey there. Can I just get a tankard to go? Just gonna sit outside. I'll bring it right back in. Just waiting for a few folks.
Yes, of course. What would you like? A Baldur's Mouth or a Dragon's Breath?
Ooh, let's do the Dragon's Breath.
Dragon's Breath. It's quite a good choice. That'll be 1 gold piece.
And she'll pay him.
Okay, and he will pour you a Dragon's Breath and give it to you.
All right, and she's just kind of going to post up on the bench outside.
Okay, sounds good.
Legs crossed out in front of her, kind of just looking like a delinquent.
Awesome.
Hanging out, drinking on the street.
So, you do that. We will switch back to the Baldur's Gate map here. So, Igvis and everybody else that is not Vaati or Mariana, you are going back to Candulhallow in order to get Marza's body. And you're able to go back to Candulhallow after waiting a few hours, and you see Leilena there, the moon elf, who is able to greet you. Yes, I see that you are back. The body has been prepared, and let me go fetch that for you. And she will motion to a couple other people who will go through a back room. And they will come out a few moments later, and they'll be carrying... there will basically be Marza's body, and as you look at Marza's body, it's draped in this white cloth. And they are carrying it on a wooden stretcher. basically. 2 people, one in the front, one in the back. And as the body comes up, Leilena will take the white sheet and will pull it back to show you Marza's face. And remarkable work that Leilena has done. It doesn't look like Marza is scorched as all, has taken any sort of damage, looks in pristine condition. Like, almost looking at Marza, you feel like Marza could jump up and say something at any moment. And she just looks at peace. And Leilena will look towards you, mainly at you, Igvis, since you're the one who did the initial deal with her and paid the gold, and will say, will this work suffice?
Oh, she looks at Dolakesh then. I wasn't here for any of that.
Oh, sorry, Dolakesh.
Yeah, that'll do. Can we arrange for some sort of cart to take her to the harbor?
Yes, we could arrange for that. It'll take me probably 30 minutes to get that all prepared, and that would incur an extra fee, an extra 3 gold pieces in order to do that, but we can absolutely take care of that for you.
Alais is going to hand her the 3 gold.
Okay. And she'll nod her head and says, where exactly are we to deliver the body?
Igvis.
Port, I think it was 120 in Brampton.
121?
121.
Yes, absolutely. We can make our way to port 121. Just give us about 30 minutes to get settled here, and then we'll head off.
We'll meet you down there.
Out of character, how long would we expect them to arrive at the harbor at that point then?
Yeah, it would be, maybe a 45-minute trek across town. So you're talking an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half usually, before they actually get there.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
All right. And so then what do you do? Do you go and wait at port 121, or do you do something else?
I'll head to the Majestic.
I was going to head straight to the port.
Because it'll take you, maybe 40, 45 minutes from where you are now to get down there, and then you'd have like a half an hour of leeway between that. So heading to the Majestic, Dolakesh, you'd basically be skipping Mars's funeral.
Oh, I thought it was in the area. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so
I'll head to the harbor then.
Yeah, basically this is where Candulhallow is, all the way over here where I'm pinging. And the Majestic is over here. And the port is down here. So they're like all like in a triangle. So you'd be traveling all the way across town and then all the way back down south.
You can head Elfsong on the way if you need a drink.
Yeah, no, I was gonna commemorate a drink to her. So if the elf song is along the way, then I'll stop there.
Okay. Does everybody else go straight to the port? Does anybody kind of join Dolakesh at the Elfsong Tavern?
I'll go straight to the port because I want to make sure that I have the boat and everything ready for when body arrives. So
I'm buying a bottle and bringing it to the harbor is the idea.
Okay.
Yeah, Alais is going to go to the harbor as well.
Sounds good.
And I'll ask Honed to protect Dolakesh just in case.
You're the guys that got your ass whooped.
Shut up. You're the frail one.
So you get to the Elfsong Tavern, and I won't change the map here again, but you get there and you see Alith, who is at the bar, the older half-elf man, and he greets you and says, "It's good to see you again." At you, Dolakesh.
Wish I could say, yeah, no, I wish I could say the same. I'm here for a bottle of a decent whiskey, not for a long time, sorry.
Will do. If you're looking for high quality, I have my Dania Grandvas that I could give you.
I'll take it.
Okay, perfect. That is for this whole bottle is going to cost 4 gold pieces.
And I'll hand him 4 gold pieces.
Okay, so you give him the 4 gold pieces, and he hands you the bottle of Dania Grandvas. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
No, thank you. I appreciate it, and I'll leave and head to port.
Okay, sounds good. And you head down to port. And you get down to the port, and it's right at the end down here of this pier, dock 121. And as you get there, it gets a little bit quieter for you as less and less people are within that area as you get off of the main streets. And after waiting a little while, you do see a cart that comes by. And it's a cart, and there's 6 gentlemen on either side, 3 on each side of the cart, so 6 gentlemen in total. And you can see Mars's body is laid atop some bedding on top of the cart with the white piece of cloth draped over her, and they make their way down to the end of the pier. And one of the gentlemen at the front of the cart stops, and he will look at you, and he will say, "We have arrived. What is next?"
Just place the body in this barge, and I'll point to the barge that we're going to do the burial in.
Okay, and all 6 men will go ahead and grab Mars's body, and will lift it up in unison and walk very slowly in procession, linking arms underneath over to the barge. And at this point, the lighting has dimmed. You can see the sun setting over the horizon as they lay Mars's body down into the barge. And then they all take a step back after bowing their heads for a moment, and then back away from the barge, folding their hands behind their back as they wait for someone to say something or for something to happen next.
So I'll go ahead and step forward and open up the bottle and kind of hold it up in the air and say, "I hope you're not running anymore, and I hope you found peace." And I'll take a swig and I'll pour some out into the water, and then I'll turn around and I'll hold it out for the next person.
And so who would take that bottle next from Dolakesh?
Okay, so I guess Igvis will then step forward. He'll grab the bottle and just say, "Hey, I don't know what happened to you before you met us, but I know it's something you didn't deserve. I'm glad at the very least that is over now." And he won't drink from the bottle, but he will pour some and then offer it to the next person.
And Honed will step forward, and he will take the bottle, and he will say a few words, and I will leave those words for Honed to say in a play-by post. So we'll give him a little homework there before next session to say some words that he would say for Marza, as he then also takes a swig and pours some out into the harbor for Marza. And then he looks towards Alais, the last person to take the bottle, and hands it out towards Alais.
Alais is going to grab the bottle. Go look at Marza. We'd had many differences, you and I, and many conversations on trust. You were a good one. And I got the sense you were always on the run. They won't be following you here, I guess. This is one blessing I hope I would never have to give you. And with that, he's going to proceed to do the standard funeral rites before pouring some out.
Okay. So everyone has spoken, has poured some of the bottle out. Not all the bottle has been finished, but you have poured some out in remembrance of Marsa and saying a few words. What do you do next?
I guess I'll bump Dolakesh real quick and just be like, did we want to set it on fire? That's how she died. Or just let the boat go.
I don't think letting the boat go free in the harbor is best. That'll probably cause an accident. The whole point here is it's a funeral pyre, yeah.
Okay, then. So...
do the 6 men have a torch, or are they equipped to proceed with it, or no?
Yep. They would be able to
Alright,
provide you a torch if you require it.
I'd probably just nod to them to push the boat out and light it aflame.
All right. And they will go towards the barge, and after unhooking various ropes that are keeping it in place, another gentleman will come by with a torch after lighting it, and will light a couple places underneath Marsa's body as small flames start to arise, and then they will slowly push the barge out to sea into the harbor. And as it goes into the harbor, the flames overtake the barge as the sun finally fully sets over the horizon, and the flame can be seen lighting up this portion of the harbor as it gets higher and higher until you can no longer see Marsa's body, and the full barge is in flame farther out into the middle of the harbor.
I'll just whisper a little under my breath, but maybe loud enough that people next to me can hear. I'll simply just say, "Rest well, little one. You deserve it."
Watch it until it fades away.
And it will indeed fade.
I'll just turn to Alais, Dolakesh, and Hone and say, "You guys head back to wherever you're going to go, the Majestic or Vaati's office. I have something to do here, and I'll meet you back there in just a couple hours."
Don't get yourself killed, and I'll turn and start walking away.
Be careful. We've already lost one friend today.
I will. I'll meet you back in a couple of hours, and if I don't, I'll assume the worst.
Probably head to Vaati's office at this point.
Okay. So you would head over to Vaati's office. And Mariana, you would actually see, it takes them a while to get over there. About an hour and 15 minutes from that point. So it's after, the sun has set. It's probably 7, 8 o'clock at night about now. And you will see Dolakesh walking by the Majestic, passing it on his way to Vaati's place. And Alais, were you going with Dolakesh as well to Vaati's?
He's actually going to part at the Majestic.
The Majestic, okay. And so Alais will stop by at the Majestic as Dolakesh continues on, and Hond will follow Dolakesh towards Vaati's place as well. Let's stick with Igvis for a second. So
we can do mine in the play-by post if you want, since it has to do with the backstory stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so you do what you need to do, and then we will move over to, let's move to the Majestic, since you are stopping by there, Alais. So Alais, what is your intention at the Majestic? As you come up, you will actually see Mariana sitting on a bench as Dolakesh and Hond continue on. She's right outside the Majestic there.
I suppose I owe you a thanks for earlier.
Well, as she sees Dolakesh and everybody coming up, she's been refilling her drink periodically with the cheaper brew. First drink's the most important, she thinks. So she'll kind of stand up a little more dexterously than somebody who's had that many, well, than you'd expect them to. And kind of just waits for Alais to approach, and then I didn't exactly do much. Just enough to still get paid.
Much the same. Just fumbling around in the dark.
Well, I had a lantern. So, I don't know how it was for you, but it was fine. Relatively bright.
I had no such thing.
Well, that sucks.
No,
Sorry.
You good?
No. I'll survive.
It's never easy to lose a comrade, crew member, whatever you call it.
Indeed.
As you are in the middle of this conversation and you say, indeed, Alais, there is a man who rushes by in an absolute hurry, and he rushes past and bursts open the doors to the Majestic and runs in, and he seems pretty frantic and panicked.
What's wrong, good sir?
So he doesn't even respond to you as he rushes through, and you hear him yell out into the Majestic, Duke Porter! Duke Porter! He's dead! He's been murdered! And all of a sudden, the whole tavern gets loud as people start to clamor and talk. And you see a couple people that come up to him, and they're like, "What happened? What do you mean he's dead? The Duke is dead." And says he was giving a speech at the Beloved Ranger up in the Wide, and he was talking about refugees and opening our home, and out of nowhere, and an arrow came out and struck him in the chest, and he exploded. He exploded in guts and gore, and these foul demons and devils poured forth from his body, and they spread everywhere into the crowd. It was absolute chaos. Everybody running everywhere. The watch was trying to fight off the demons and the devils. Well, and I ran out of there as quickly as I could, but it happened right in front of my eyes.
I'm gonna take off running for wherever this speech was happening.
So at this point, Dolakesh, you would already be going towards Vaati. Office. So this happened like as Alais stopped by with Mariana at
Damn it. All right.
The Majestic. Everybody else would be headed to or already at Vaati's office.
I don't think Elias knows her name, so we're just gonna be like, "Fair pirate lady, do you perchance know who Duke Porter is? Or was?"
I actually don't know if I know that. Do I?
Give me an intelligence check.
She is not smart.
You can add history if you want.
Oh, 14.
14. Yeah, that's enough. So, I mean, you would know that Duke Porter is one of the dukes of Baldur's Gate. So, you know that Baldur's Gate in general is run basically by the Council of Four, which consists of 4 dukes, and one of the people on the Council of Four is nominated as Grand Duke. And so you don't know who all of the dukes are. You're not necessarily from Baldur's Gate, but you do recognize the name Porter because they've been a duke of Baldur's Gate for a while. And he is one of the people who sits on the Council of Four as a duke.
Okay. So Mariana's kind of just like leaning in the door, kind of followed up when this guy rushed in and not quite blocking it, but like if somebody that she didn't want to leave was going to, she could kind of just grab. So she'll kind of like quietly lean back to Alais and say, one of the leaders of Baldur's Gate, shush, and just like keep listening to see if any more details are given.
Yeah, and no more specific details. He just seems to say, I can't believe that he's dead, and you see everybody coming around, and they're pressing him for more details, and he's just saying that, I ran as soon as I saw it, he just exploded, and he just goes into a little bit more detail about the guts and the gore, and how there were these devils and demons that were, ripping people apart in the wide, and, tents, were ripped down, from the shops that were in the wide, and people were running everywhere, and the watch put up a valiant effort, and it looks like they started to get it under control, but he was out of there as quickly as he could because he didn't want to stick around, and he'll just continue going on in that manner.
So she'll kind of like try to cut in and be like, hey, is it still happening?
No, it's happened. He's dead. I came.
The other people dying.
I don't know. I ran. I ran away. It's now been 45 minutes, an hour ago. This happened. I ran away, made my way through the main gate, and came back into the lower city, and wasn't sure what to do with myself, so I came here. So, I have no idea.
Right. Thanks. And she's just going to turn and walk off.
Yes, Alais. Yes. Are you heading in that direction, perchance?
Well, your friend's an investigator. Why don't we go talk to him about it?
That is perhaps wise. Oh. I am Alais. I didn't catch your name.
Mariana. Sure. Let's go.
Very well.
Okay. So you head off towards Vaati's office. And I'll put, at this point, everybody is back here, so we'll get everybody on the map. Do I have everybody? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. I think I got everybody on the map there. You should all be able to see it. And, at some point, Cormilla would have asked permission to turn in for the night, Vaati.
She would have had it, It's not like Vaati's keeping her there.
Yeah, she would ask anyway. And then she would head upstairs to the second room on the right.
So I do have one quick question, because I did say I might be gone for a couple of hours. Is maybe Igvis not here yet?
Yeah, I would say let's not count you for the moment here.
And when they walk in, I'm just going to be making another pot of tea.
So, big news in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, what is it this time?
Duke Porter has been killed, along with apparently a menagerie of citizens, killed by demons and devils.
And you would know, just for the rest of your reference, because Hond would know this, Dolakesh would know this, Vaati would know this. I mean, you're familiar with the hierarchy of Baldur's Gate. So you know you have the Council of Four. You know there are 4 dukes. There was Grand Duke Older Ravengard, who was lost in Elturel. You know, that you knew from the beginning of this whole campaign. Then there's Duke Bellin Stelmane, who is a vigorous and formidable politician, but he had recently suffered a seizure, you know, that has left her with like a partially paralyzed face and slowed speech. So she's not really seen much in public, Duke Stelmane. But you know that she is one of the dukes. You know that Dillard Porter, who this news is about, is one of the dukes. He was once a respected businessman, but after a string of sour deals, he kind of pulled back from his investments a little bit. And he lived alone in his manor, having outlived kind of multiple wives and a couple sons. And you know that he has a niece, Liara Porter, who actually is a high-ranking member of the Flaming Fist and at an outpost in Cholt. And so you would know that she is the second highest rank in the Flaming Fist. You would also know that Duke Thalamra Vanthampur is also another duke. She is an acid-tongued, shrewd, and aggressive woman, and she was born with nothing, and spent years basically wallowing in obscurity, and she was in charge of kind of the sewer system of the city, and promotion after another was able to eventually vault her to Master of Drains, and then she was able to get married 3 times to different patriarchs and eventually become a duke and voted a duke amongst the patriarchs. So that's what you know kind of about all the dukes, the Council of Four.
Vaati just pours a cup of tea and goes, and just kind of stares into the flames a little bit. Swear to all that, for all their griping, they're needed to maintain order here. You said that there's an incursion of demons killing people, yes?
Far as I know, might actually still be happening. Not sure. Screaming Man in the Majestic wasn't very detail-oriented.
If I had to guess, it was probably somewhere in the inner city that was happening, which is where a good portion of...
Outside the walls,
So
from what I understand.
you would know that it happened in the Wide, which you would all know if you look at your Baldur's Gate map, is actually, I'll put it on here just for reference, but it's actually in the upper city. I'm gonna just make a little notes.
Oh, okay. I heard main gate and assumed outside.
Yeah, so you know that there are multiple gates that make their way to the upper city in these districts. There's a main gate that is right here, and then there's some gates on the other end as well of Baldur's Gate. Most of them are Patriarch gates, the Gond Gate, the Heap Gate, the Manor Gate, and the Sea Gate, which are all exclusively for Patriarchs to use. You know, people who are nobles who live in the upper city, not accessible by the general public. But the main gate, Baldur's Gate, which the city is so aptly named for, is this main gate here in the center. And it was like the original bounds of the city before it expanded into the harbor and the rest of the lower city. But that is accessible by the general public, and usually they have a very strict curfew at night, so anybody who is not a resident of the upper city or isn't manor born and most of the Manor-born live over here in the Manor-born district. Anybody who is not a resident of the upper city is basically kicked out of the upper city neighborhood, and it reopens in the morning, and it's usually a 5 gold piece gate fee in order to even get up through that gate. So it kind of keeps out a lot of the super poor from being able to get into the upper city, unless you are somebody who has business with trade. The wide up here, just in general, what the wide is, it's a pretty large location where it's been cleared out of kind of houses in there, and in the center of the wide is a statue called the Beloved Ranger, and it's basically a statue of a man wielding a hamster, and along the statue, in the center, there's a sprawling of tents and carts, and it's basically a gigantic marketplace that sets up and breaks down at the beginning and end of each day. So all kinds of so people come from all over, and they sell all kinds of goods in the wide. It's basically the mass market hub of Baldur's Gate. Really mainly accessible by the rich, and people have means to pay the tolls of the gate. Other people, the poor, are kind of stuck to whatever shops are within Baldur's Gate or what they can scrounge in the outer city, the completely destitute and poor. So just kind of a little background on that.
Okay, thanks.
I blame Magic the Gathering for me to remember the title Beloved Ranger. I know who you're talking about.
And the hamster thing I had to look up because I was like, what?
And
was,
Boo!
Yeah, it is Boo. Yeah. But, so, if I had to guess, the guards are the Flaming Fist and the guards are worth any of what the city pays them. The gates to the upper city will be closed the moment that anyone gets word that the demons are out, which buys some time.
That man did say he ran away pretty quickly, but still, at least someone got out.
Which tells me that there's probably not enough demons to kill the entire... There will be death, but none of us are in shape to help. And again, the walls will hold for a bit.
And you are also aware, just wanted to point out as well, that the Flaming Fist doesn't have any standing in the upper city, so the Flaming Fist has all of their standing in the lower city and outer city, though they don't really peruse the outer city as much, mainly the lower city. But there's actually a separate force called the Watch, and they are well paid by the Patriarchs to specifically look out over the upper city. So it actually has nothing to do with the Fist, and they have, zero standing up there. And the Watch don't really come to the lower city either.
Okay, so I mean, I just replaced Flaming Fist with the Watch.
Yeah. Just to make you aware.
Yeah, the Watch should. Again, the Watch are very well trained, paid for. They'll take care of locking off the city and dealing with the demons for right now. At the very least, they can hold them long enough for us to get rest to help. But none of us are in the shape to head over there now, nor are any of us in the shape to try to beat the crowd to get into the outer city. Or outside the other gates. And it would be a waste of our time anyway. And money, for that matter. Best we hole up here. Dolakesh, Alais, where's Igvis?
I stay back at the harbor.
Did he say when he would be back?
Few hours.
Well, I suggest that we hole up here. I'll lock the door and we'll await Igvis to show up. I wish you all good rest. Remember that I do have a guest upstairs.
Indeed.
Invasions, it's often considered a good way to take out an enemy force is by decapitating its leadership. I suspect that's what's going on here.
I wouldn't doubt it. It appears there's more at play here than we understand.
In which case, it's more than you can handle right now. So we must do what we can do.
Yeah, I'm out of character. Would I know what kind of response would be expected from the Flaming Fist if it was the case that a duke just got flippin' blown up and now demons are going on, but it's the upper city? Would they just fortify the lower city? Would they seek
It
to
would
oust?
depend on how serious it was. So, if obviously a duke getting murdered, that's big news. But if the Watch was able to quell the situation themselves, then it would become a political unrest kind of situation. And the Flaming Fist would be needed in the lower city as well to maintain order in the lower city while the Watch takes care of the upper city. Now, if you're talking about like the whole upper city was infested, right, and they're overwhelmed and the Watch literally is getting murdered, and they would call whoever they could to come defend the upper city, right? So it all depends. But in general, the Watch takes care of the upper city, the Flaming Fist takes care of the lower city, and politics be politics.
No, would it? Yeah, it sounds like you just answered my question. But would it be fair to say that the Flaming Fist response to the upper city would be sluggish at best?
Correct.
Okay, so yes, I think we have at least a couple days before they call Igvis or Honed into active duty, as it were. But at the same time, I don't much like just leaving people to die to demons. We've spent a lot of time and effort trying to keep that from happening up to this point. And frankly, I don't think Igvis would be very happy with me if I did.
And while I understand that, you also must understand that, unlike yourself, most of us nearly died. One of us did. I have to remind you. And we're in no shape to go there now. We would be just more bodies that the Watch would have to clean up later.
Will the Watch try to help the wounded?
Not if they're actively being attacked, but maybe afterward.
Depends on how rich they are, to be honest. But
I mean,
I'll tell you
really,
what.
we're talking about the wealthiest of this city. Do they need our help, really? Would they even want it?
A valid point, but I'll tell you what, I want to keep an eye on things. I am going to go check it out. You guys are welcome to rest, and, no judgment there. I totally respect your position. But yeah, I'm going to go take a peek and see what's going on.
I'll do what I can to help you, Ugvul.
It'd be best for you to stay and rest. I don't plan on getting involved, trust me.
Very well.
If it'll help, I can go with you just so you're not alone.
Are you? I mean, I guess, yeah, you didn't take any damage. You haven't done anything yet, have you?
Nope.
So, I don't see why not.
After all, I'm sure you don't want to lose another person today.
Your sympathy is just dripping with sarcasm, and I love it. But either way, I could use a short rest if you're down to hang out for just like an hour, and then we'll head out.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Good plan.
She could sleep off a few of the drinks anyway.
And after resting there for a little bit and talking Igvis, you do end up coming back.
Welcome back, Igvis. Bad news. Seems that demons or devils or something just killed the Duke and are terrorizing the Wide. So I was gonna go check it out.
I heard part of that on my way back here. Could we assume that I also got a short rest while I was doing my thing?
Yeah.
I might be able to help them if they're going out. That's the reason I was asking.
And then 2, by the way, Mariana, Igvis, Mariana.
I don't think I actually gave my name to any of the rest of you. Like, unless we exchanged names on the way to the bathhouse. Which, sure, yeah.
I guess I'll leave it up to you, yeah. You'd be like, by the way, who the fuck are you?
I might have introduced myself to you while we were going.
Yeah, okay, sure. My name is just inserted into all of your consciousnesses.
Okay, so your plan is to do what exactly, Dolakesh? You want to go see what's going on?
Yeah, just check it out, see how the watch is doing, see how many people are being absolutely fucked up, and I don't know, maybe there's some cult members there or something.
Is anybody else going with you, or is it just you and your harebrained scheme?
Right now, me and the newbie. And my very, very well thought out scheme, thank you very much.
You keep telling yourself that.
I will. You coming or not, Slowpoke? Let's go.
I'm just doing a quick thing on my end.
I suppose Vaati and I shall stay here for now.
Oh yeah, Igvis, you need to be like resting as well. You also don't have any gear, so
I hardly need it. So I'm just trying to read my Hand of Healing. Am I able to use that on myself?
I don't think so. That's the one that requires you to like punch someone, right?
Well, it just says as an action you may spend a key point to touch a creature and restore hit points to them.
Yeah, you're a creature.
Cool. So
I'll say
before
yes.
I do that, Elias, you have any additional healing left over?
I tried to save this. Yes.
Here, I'm gonna go with them. Would you mind topping me up a little bit? I feel like I'm gonna need my stuff for a little bit.
After all, it's what I do as a bard.
I've seen you do healing.
Come now. We both know I'm not a bard.
I wasn't gonna be the first one to say it.
And with that, Elias is going to heal Igvis.
Okay,
So
so I'll
you get
get 11.
All right. Perfect.
Alright. I feel okay. I'll go with you two.
3 Musketeers, let's go. To the wide.
Okay. So it's Dolakesh, Igvis, and Mariana.
Yep.
Okay. So, how do you go about going to the upper city? So, as I mentioned, there are a couple different ways into the upper city. So, there are the Patriarch Gates, which are Gond Gate, Heap Gate, Manor Gate, and Sea Gate. So, more specifically, there is Gond Gate, which exists here where I'm pinging. There is Sea Gate, which exists down here. There's Heap Gate, which is up here. There is Manor Gate, which is right here. And then the main gate is Baldur's Gate, which is up here. And so what you know, again, is that the Manor Gates, the Patriarch Gates, which are all the ones I pinged except Baldur's Gate, are specifically restricted to Patriarchs only. People who are residents of the upper city. The main gate, Baldur's Gate, is open to the public to travel between lower and upper city. There's normally a 5 gold piece fee, but you also know that the upper city closes down at sunset. So, usually you wouldn't be allowed in that gate anyway, given at this point it's, 9 o'clock, it's late, the sun has long since set and it is dark. So how do you approach this?
My thought process would be to, so hang on, let me turn down the little... Okay, so we're over here. So my thought process would be to kind of go straight to that main gate and keep an eye on, if there is a flow of people, even if it's just a few.
It's nice to have a Flaming Fist member with you, so at least we might have a reason to get in. Because, as far as I'm aware, Manip Salal was supposed to be at that speech. So I would want to go check on my commanding officer.
Yeah, so generally, the people, are the people around us panicked, normal, oblivious?
So we're heading towards Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, so you're heading towards the Baldur's Gate. Okay, so you head towards Baldur's Gate, and as you're on your way up there, it's, a relatively short walk here. You're only 300 feet from where that gate is, as the bird flies. So you manage to get up there to the gate, and along the way, there's definitely a lot of people talking. Hustle and bustle along the street, and as you get up to the gate, you notice a heavier presence of watch at the gate, specifically. The gate is also closed, and there's nobody specifically at the gate trying to get in. So you pass people that are, buzzing about, and it's, again, all the stuff that you've already heard about, the Duke being murdered, and the things that happened to him, and devils spewing forth from him after being hit by an arrow, and them attacking all the citizens, and all these people are buzzing and talking about it. But you arrive to the gate, and as you get there, I'm just gonna do this for the stream. As you get to the gate, you see that heavier watch presence there. They're all along the wall, looking out over the gate, and you can see some of the guards maybe talking up along the wall. That's what you see just observing.
So there's nobody trying to get in the gate, but does it sound like there are people trying to get out?
There is nobody coming out of the gate that you can see, and it is closed, and there isn't you can see through the gate. There isn't a crowd or anything behind the gate on the other side.
Okay.
So kind of what I'd want to do is separate myself from Vaati and Mariana and just approach one of the members of the watch.
Okay, so you head right up to the gate, basically, to approach them. They're all on the wall.
They're all on top of the wall? There's nobody at the gate itself?
There's nobody outside in the lower city portion. They're all actually up on the wall. If you were to go... if you try to go all the way up to the gate, you might be able to see somebody through it, but that would require you to go all the way up.
I think... because I can fly, I'll just float up to them, but do it real slow, I'm not aggressive in any way.
Okay. And as you start flying up a little bit, as you get 10 feet off the ground, one of the guards in the one tower notices you. Just right there, you back on the ground, I say. And he'll kind of look to the others, and he will point a crossbow at you.
I'm just gonna ask it. I'm gonna basically put my hands up, not aggressive. Can I just talk to you for a second? I'm a member of the Fist.
Stay right there. Don't move. Come up to the gate.
Okay. And at that point, I'll land, and I'll signal for them to come with me, but they don't. They obviously don't have to. I'm just kind of like, if you want to.
And you will see as you approach the gate, the guards that are on top of the gate point down with their crossbows at you. So you have like 10 to 15 guards with crossbows pointed down at you as you approach up to the gate. And
Walk forward and stand alongside Igvis.
And from behind the gate comes a young woman clad in plate armor. And she says, What? What do you want, Fist? This is a time of turmoil for us right now. Don't you have better things to do here in the lower city?
I have a couple things to do, but I have 3 main questions for you. One of my commanders was there at the Duke's speech. I just want to know if he is living at all. Named Manap Salal.
We don't have a count of the people and names of the people that were injured and or killed in the attack, so I can't answer that question for you. You'll have to check the records tomorrow.
Okay, is the situation contained as of now?
The situation has been contained. We have killed the devils and demons that had attacked people in the wide, of course, with plenty of casualties. But it has been contained for the moment.
Alright, and the last thing is, I'm going to then put out my hand and say, my name is Igvis, I'm a gauntlet. If you need me, please call me. What is your name?
And she'll say, she won't shake your hand. Actually, you know what? Give me a persuasion check. And give it to me at disadvantage.
Oh, this is going to be great. 2.
Yeah. And she won't shake your hand, and she'll say, I need nothing from you, Fist. This is not your area of expertise. The watch looks at the upper city. Stay to the lower city where you belong.
Just saying, I've been dealing with cultists and demons for weeks now. I thought my area of expertise may be of assistance, but if you have it handled, you have it handled. And can I get your name? I'm trying to insist on just getting a contact.
Yeah. She says, my name is Tiana.
Is Tiana or just Tiana?
It's Tiana. I'm a Vigilar with the watch. And you would recognize Vigilar as her rank.
Vigilar Tiara. Gotcha. Tiana. Gotcha. That is all. I appreciate you taking the time.
Right, and don't try that flying shit again either. If you attempt to fly over the wall, we will shoot you down.
I had no intention of flying over. I just need to stretch the wings occasionally, you know? And then I'll walk away.
All right. You walk away.
So
checking
that
any
was
other gates?
Well, they said that they had the situation contained. I don't believe them necessarily, but we have no reason to doubt them.
All right.
Actually, now that I think about it, can I roll an insight just to make sure that the situation is in fact contained?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight.
13.
Yeah, I mean, you don't hint at any deception there. There's definitely, you pick up from some of the other guards who are on the wall and in the surrounding area, there's definitely a lot of nerves going around. So people definitely just in general, the watch themselves, the guards seem nervous. But as far as deception you don't think that she's being deceptive in any way there when she tells you that the situation is contained for now. You also don't think that she's really willing to give you much information at all.
Yeah, I figured as much. If you still want to get in, we can try, but I don't think there's much that we can do at the moment. And if we're caught, you can see how jumpy they are.
Oh, I'm not going in there. I just wanted to see if we could see. But
This is
I'm
the
not
closest
too
gate
worried
to
about
the. This is the closest gate, really.
And she's just gonna shrug and not really push it.
Anything else to add, Dolakesh? Might be having some technical issues. His headset died. He just messaged me.
Gotcha.
Oh, he does say though that he has charm person. So I don't know if he intends to cast that on the girl, on the lady I was talking to or not. But he did tell me he has charm person.
Yeah, that's up to you guys what you do.
Just an idea, apparently, which I would prefer not to use at the moment. I don't know much about the spell, but don't they kind of understand that they were charmed after it ends?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, let's not do that until it's our only option left.
Well,
Okay.
let's just head back. Rest.
Okay, so you guys head back to Vaati's.
I guess at that point we would just kind of inform them what happened and maybe just go straight to the long rest.
Yeah, so where's everybody sleeping? How are you going about this and resting?
Because one room is upstairs, is taken from my new associate, so I'm gonna sleep in my office.
There are 2 rooms upstairs. Is the other one still fine?
Yeah, the other one should be fine.
Alais is actually still awake right now. He's waiting up.
And Mariana's kind of just gonna be like, did he want me to stay here too?
I highly doubt he'll mind.
Okay, so Delakesh just wanted me to let you know that he is going to go to the other room with the remainder of the bottle he bought from Marza and finish it off.
Okay.
And Mariana is just gonna like lay down by the fire and use her cloak as kind of a pillow.
It's been a heck of a day, hasn't it, Igvis?
It certainly has. I hope we don't have another one like it for a while.
I hope this one's our last.
I'll also just sleep like right here by the fire.
Elias is going to go sleep in the corner. Think about what he did.
Okay. So you're sleeping by the fire. Mariana's sleeping by the fire. Dolakesh is up in the other room. Vaati would be in his office. Elias, you're just sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Any corner in particular?
He's gonna keep one that he can watch the door, and he's gonna try to keep watch until he, like, basically just collapses and is asleep.
All right. I suppose Honed would come slump in the corner in the room that Dolakesh is in. Okay. Uh, Elias. So you go to sleep, Mariana, Igvis, Hone, Vaati, Dolakesh. Elias, give me a perception check.
All right. A total of like 12.
And actually, Igvis and Mariana, go ahead and give me perceptions at disadvantage. I'll give it to you as well.
Why did one of those have to be a 20? 9 for me.
A 9 and a 6. Stand by. So you actually hear, all three of you hear what seems like talking coming outside of the main door. And it sounds like the voices are saying, "Is this the one? Is this where we should be going? Yes, I think this is the one. This is the one they were tracked to."
Alais is going to try a spell right now.
Mariana's going to go straight for the office door and try the handle. I assume Vaati locked that.
And I'm gonna like hide in this corner and like I don't know if I want to say prepare and attack, but like if something is obviously hostile, I kind of want to just punch the thing that comes through the door.
Okay. This would be like about 3 hours into your sleep. So go ahead and if you want to, you can apply a short rest.
Out of curiosity, do I hear the door being rumbled?
Yeah, as Mariana comes up, I would say it would be like a DC 5. So just roll me a quick perception at disadvantage because you'd be sleeping. And as long as you get a 5.
Well, looks like I got a 9.
All right. So yeah, you hear the door being rattled over there by Mariana.
So, what Elias is going to do is he's going to first cast a minor illusion in kind of like an alleyway by the house is where he's going to aim for. And he's going to say it on like, really, do they need 10 flaming? He's going to try to create a grumbling, angry voice and be like, really, do they need 10 flaming fists on patrol here right now?
And you're trying to create that where?
Outside.
Okay. So I think you have to see, right? Where that goes. You have to have like vision. So there are no windows in Vaati's place, strangely enough. You have
I posted the rules. I know I have to see to make anything look realistic. I don't know if I have to see to do sounds.
Well, the first line just says you create a sound or an image within range, and that's the duration.
Yeah, so it has to be within 30 feet of me, and I figure I'm close enough to a wall.
Okay. Give me a deception at disadvantage.
And Mariana's going to creep up the stairs to wake the others. I don't know what room they're in, so...
I'm gonna see if anything tries to come through the door.
A 17 into 13.
So 13 then?
Okay.
There's no light up here, so I don't know what room they're in, but I'm trying to wake up Dolakesh and Honed.
Note that this illusion has the dual effect of it's supposed to be loud on purpose, which would wake everyone up.
Okay. Sorry. So you make your sound, Elias, and it just remind me again one more time. What exactly does the sound like? What does it say?
Really? Do we need 5 flaming pists to patrol this block?
And I want Dolakesh. So Dolakesh, you were upstairs, right?
He was upstairs, yeah.
Okay. So he'd still be upstairs. I don't think anybody went and got him, right?
Mariana.
Mariana.
Okay, so there were a lot of things happening at once. So we'll say that Dolakesh and Mariana would be upstairs at the moment as you're going up to get Dolakesh and wake up Honed, who's also asleep up there. Vaati, you had just gotten through. You'd probably have a round of actions here. Igvis, you'd probably have a round of actions. And then Alais casts his spell. So I would say, Mariana, you can wake up Dolakesh and Honed. And then Vaati and Igvis, if you want to take a round of actions, if there's anything you specifically want to do, you can do that right now.
I'm just going to hold my action, specifically if somebody enters the door, to just hit them immediately.
Okay.
And same thing. So like, I'm just gonna kind of like, I guess I'll try to like stealthily unwrap my chains, or my chain on my one arm, and be ready to attack whoever comes through the door with it.
Okay.
And just to make sure, did we all like take our short rest? Those of us who needed it.
So
yes, if you needed a short rest, you can do that. Just make sure you apply that. And I'm just
They
giving.
must have rolled really bad on their stealth roll if we heard it with a 6.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Fair enough.
And as you cast your thing, Elias, you hear, all of you, Vaati, Elias, and Igvis, from outside that door. Oh, did you hear that? Yes. The one of them has the ability to cast spells and cast illusions. Get in, now! And that is when we are going to go ahead and enter initiative.
Dolakesh, are you back yet? Can you speak for yourself?
Yes, and I rolled a 2 on initiative.
Big oof.
Cool. I was just making sure you
That
could tell
is,
me where you were going.
That's fun.
Dolakesh had a little too much from the bottle.
Dolakesh does not like being woken up after 3 hours, in character or out of character.
Fair.
Okay.
So I forgot to select my token because of me controlling 2 tokens at the moment. I did have a 21 initiative.
21.
Did I roll initiative yet? I was still applying the hit dice.
Nope, I don't see you on the tracker yet. So we need... Okay, so Dolakesh, what do we got for initiative?
You said he rolled a 2. What's your dexterity modifier, Dolakesh?
0, so I got a 2 on initiative.
Oh, guys, I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm pretty much useless this fight.
I mean, me and Igvis are going to destroy whoever enters that door.
Who do I need now? I need Honed.
He should be last.
And I got vengeance on the brain, so God help whoever's left.
Is that everybody there in initiative? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We got everybody in initiative.
Oh, it's my turn already.
Okay.
Okay.
Vaati, is your turn. So you hear that from outside. What was that? Oh, we know one of them can cast illusions. Get in there now!
I mean, I'm just literally going to ready a melee attack. Well, actually, no. For a bonus action, I'll just activate my Crimson Ray.
All right.
I'll take 3 damage.
Sounds good.
And then I will wait here and ready for when they enter the door, and I'm going to... The moment it happens, the fire chain's going right at somebody's throat.
Okay. Sounds good. Honed is up. Honed will use half of his movement in order to get up off the ground after being woken up. He has 25 feet, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he will get there with his movement and dash. Igvis.
So I'll spend a key to go into patient defense.
Okay.
And then ready an attack for anybody who walks through the door.
Okay. Really quick, Vaati, is your door, would it be locked?
Like the office space?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, because I came out rather quick, so the door is still unlocked. I didn't actually turn around and lock it.
Okay, so it'd be unlocked then, is what you're saying?
To be clear, are you asking about the front door, or are you asking about his office door?
Oh, sorry, I'm talking about the front door.
The front door I didn't lock, no.
Okay.
Because Igvis and them came through.
Okay.
So that would have had to have been unlocked.
Okay. So this door opens, and you see what you see based on where you are. So there are several people there outside the door, and they are wielding big shields that have a black hand on them. And this one steps through the door, at which point Igvis and Vaati, your readied actions are going to go off. So,
I assume a 12 doesn't hit?
neither of those attacks will hit, the 17 or the 12. As they both miss. And they're wielding maces and shields, and they have chainmail on. So they're pretty well armored, it seems. And this one will continue through. And you will get an attack of opportunity, Vaati. Because technically this one's moving out of your melee reach, if you'd like to do that as a reaction.
Might as well, yeah. It's not going to hit, but...
So that does miss. And this one will attack you, Igvis.
Disadvantage on the attack.
Disadvantage on the attack. That didn't appear in Foundry, but it's a 10, and a 10 will miss you.
Nope.
So that is it. Well, I assume a 10 misses you without your armor or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Which you don't have any, right? Actually.
I never need it.
Yeah. This one is up. This one is going to move in here. And we'll give him a 50% chance that he goes towards Vaati and Alais. And we'll just do a random roll here. 1 Igvis, 2 Vaati, 3 Alais. Okay, so he comes in and he goes right for Alais. And he will attack you, Alais, with his mace.
Alright.
A 13 to hit you.
Our armor class is 11 right now. I'm not prepped for fight.
So he will hit you. For 3 points of damage.
I'm somehow still up. It's not going to last more than 2 turns.
And you are now up, Elias.
Alright, so it's my turn?
Yep.
Alright, I just had a short rest, so I'm gonna use the, invoke duplicity.
Okay. Where would you like your duplicate? Is that what you're doing? It's the duplicate.
Yeah, I'm making a duplicate on the other side.
Okay. You make your duplicate, and invoke duplicity is what kind of action?
I believe it's a standard action. And now I'm going to attempt to walk away a little bit, get some distance up.
Okay, you can walk away. And as you do walk away... What?
I know, I invoked an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he'll take that attack of opportunity against you. $16 to hit.
It's
for 6 points of damage.
I am at 3 hit points.
All right. Okay, that is this one. That's your turn.
Yep.
Mariana.
Okay. Okay, unfortunately, I can't help you, Elias, because I can't see that one.
Okay, I position myself so he has to go through Vaati to get to me at least.
Okay, still getting used to magic stuff.
I was happy that you moved at least one more because you were literally on Hone's spot.
Oh, it's dark right there, so I have no idea.
Yeah. I'm just imagining you going, oh, excuse me, oh, sorry.
Climbing over him on the stairs. Alright, so I'm going for the one in front of Igvis.
Okay. What are you attacking with?
And I'm going to use Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
That's not good. Okay.
An 8 will not do it.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to use Tentacle of the Deep's summon.
Tentacles of the Deep!
Right there.
How big is it?
10 feet long, but I'm pretty sure it just takes the 5x5 square.
Cool. So you have a tentacle. I need to make you a tentacle token or something. because that will be around for a while.
Oh, hang on. Wait. Sorry, I'm reading the ability real quick. Okay, it only lasts for 1 minute.
Okay. That's
So
still in
I
combat a long time.
That's like 6 rounds of combat.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, each round is 6 seconds.
Oh, it's 10 rounds.
Okay.
So it's 10 rounds of
Yeah,
combat.
okay. Yeah, then I'll go ahead and do that then.
All right. Cool. So you have
Actually, it would be more strategic to do it to the right of that Fist of Bane. Yeah.
right there. All right.
So you just see this deep hole, especially Elias, just like this hole open in the floor that's like such dark water that it's almost black, and this tentacle rips up through the ground next to the fist.
Awesome. And you can make an attack right away when you create it.
Oh, can I?
Yep. Whenever
Oh,
you
sweet.
create or move
Okay.
it, you can make a melee spell attack against one creature within 10 feet of it.
Cool.
That's fake Elias, so don't worry.
Oh,
about
that is a nat 20.
Awesome.
So that thing just rips out of the ground and grabs him by the ankle.
And which one were you attacking with it? The one in front of Igvis or the one near Vaati?
Let's go for the one in front of Elias, or next to Elias.
Okay. So
It'll kind of reach past him.
You absolutely hit with this tentacle. Go ahead and roll me damage, and it's crit damage.
Ooh.
Woo! 15 points of damage. That really hurt. And this thing is still up. And that's cold damage, right?
It is.
Yeah, so...
Its movement is apparently also reduced by 10 on its next turn.
It is, yes.
Yeah, so this guy is still up, but he is shivering. I'm going to put a little, like, frozen icon on him. Okay, so that's bonus action, attack, your normal action, and your movement. That's it?
Yep.
All right. This one is up. This one will come in and go, ah! As it sees the tentacle. What the hell is that? And he'll swing at you, Igvis.
Still disadvantage.
Well, 11 will miss you anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm just hoping for the nat one.
Oh, okay. True. I could always roll a nat 1.
I thought maybe. I thought
I can
maybe.
see it.
Speak it into existence. So he misses you with his mace. Next up is Dolakesh.
Come on, buddy.
So, do I have to use half my movement to get up? Or am I already standing?
I'd say half your movement to get up. You were just woken up.
Okay, and then 15 feet can get me how far, Igvis?
Right there.
Okay, so I'll use my dash to go in, and I don't want to put myself in any danger, but enough to, like, see what's going on.
That's 10 feet.
Okay, keep going. What is this blind spot in front of me? Why?
It's just dark. It's just dark right there.
There's no light there.
Oh, okay. Then I'll have to go all the way. Well, okay, how many bad guys can I see? Because it's hard to see from my view.
You can see 1, 2,
You can see all of them.
3.
Okay,
see
that'll be
these
good
things.
enough then. So then, bonus action, Hex. Have any of them already been hurt, as far as I can tell?
Yeah, there is one that looks badly hurt, I think, right?
There's one pretty frosty.
He's on ice.
I'll leave that one. I'll hex the far left one that's like still in the doorway. I'll give him disadvantage on strength, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. The one in
They said in the door.
the one in the doorway. Okay. Cool. Is hexed. I wonder that do they have a hex condition? They should have a hex condition.
I mean, Hex is pretty.
Just for flavor, Dolakesh is doing the like hitman murderer walk around the corner, and as soon as he sees this dude, he just starts whispering under his breath, and his eyes start glowing purple, and you can see like a dark cloud forming around this guy as he gets a little sweaty, a little nervous, not quite sure what's going on.
There you go.
That reminds me, as Mariana casts her spells, you see her flip an old coin.
Ooh.
Two-Face the spellcaster, damn.
Vaati, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna make a weapon attack against the frosty one.
Okay. Little bit of frost, little bit of flame.
Damn. Okay, I missed that one.
12 will miss, yep.
Vaati's really thrown by the events of the past day.
I am very well. Actually, hold on. I am actually going to cast Toll of the Dead on the Frozen.
Toll of the Dead. Bring out your dead. Cool. That's a
Wisdom save.
all right.
Sorry, it made me roll for the damage.
So I am doing this. 17.
I don't know if it...
That's
yes, to beat a 13. Okay.
all right. So he does make it.
Dang, he just doesn't want to die.
Damage with a toll. Next time you want to do that, let me know and I'll mind sliver him first.
Okay. So technically the order of actions, by the way, Deanne, would have been Toll the Dead and then like bonus action 2-weapon fighting with my other chain. Because I realized that I attacked and then tried to use a cantrip.
So okay. So technically you wouldn't be able to 2-weapon fight with a spell.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because I didn't hit him?
yeah,
but-
it doesn't matter. But you try to toll the dead, let's say, and that doesn't work.
Okay.
So that's your action. So you would still have a bonus action if you had something you wanted to do with it, or a possible movement.
No, I don't think I have anything.
All right. Honed is up. As Honed rushes in to battle. He's gonna flank with Igvis here. And
If I remember correctly, he has
Smash.
a short sword and a sickle.
yeah. Yep. So he will get
Oh, fucking slash.
advantage on this, which I can roll in here. Yes, yes. Oh, why didn't it roll in Foundry? Ah! Okay, I don't know why I didn't roll in Foundry, but I got a 19, which will hit with advantage for this much damage. So
That's why the damage numbers come, but not your actual attack rolls. That's weird.
yeah, well, I right-clicked with advantage, so I think whenever I right-click on the numbers, they don't show up. So
You
I'll
could try holding shift and clicking. That's how I do it.
Well, this one has advantage, luckily. So the 13 will miss, and it is not a crit fumble. It would have been actually with his sickle, as he comes with a bonus action to attack with his sickle. Yeah, that's bonus action, that's normal action, and he moved. So, honed is done. Igvis.
So I think I'll just attack the dude between me and Hone then.
Cool. And at advantage, because you are flanking.
Assuming a 14 doesn't hit.
14 will not hit. Nope.
All right, bonus action. I'll take another swing.
All right.
Oh my god, these rolls.
That will not hit either.
Okay, and I can't really shimmy around these people, so I think I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay, sounds good. This one is up. We'll give him a 50% chance to attack Igvis and honed. So a 1 is Igvis, a 2 is honed. 1, Igvis. You are today's lucky winner. As he swings his mace at you. 14 to hit.
That'll miss.
All right. And misses with the mace. This one is up. We'll give, again, 1 will be the Alais clone, and 2 will be Vaati. For this guy here.
Hell yeah.
The Alais clone. So he swings at Elias's clone, and then upon interacting with it, realizes it's a fake. But that uses up his action for the turn, and he yells out, this one's not real! He got us again! That's his turn. Alais, you're up.
I'm just gonna look at Elias. Elias, get to the back office if you can't help.
Very well. For my attack, for my action, I'm going to use...
Did he cure wounds of him right now?
The Alais clone is going to use Mind Sliver on the one who just tried to hit.
Mind Sliver! Int saving throw. So he rolls this. So 12. And
Yeah, my
yep. DC
my
is 10.
cantrips are useless, so...
All right. So he saves against your Mind Sliver. So that's your action, Elias. So you still got your movement.
Be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can click that door if you want, which is a free interact that you get every turn to open it if you wish to do that this turn.
That's probably the best move for now. Elias isn't gonna do much without any spells.
All right. Okay, so that's your movement, your free interact, your action.
Is it I'm gonna probably leave the door open for now, I guess.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to close it yet because you already used your action to attack, and you used your free interact to open it. But you could close it next turn. All right, Mariana.
Okay. I'm gonna move forward a little bit.
It's dealer's choice at the
Just
moment with the
swing
tentacle.
skeleton. I'll go for the one. Should probably take out the one that I already hit if I can. So I will attack that with the tentacle, and that'll be a bonus action.
Sounds good.
$19.
Woo! Yeah, that hits.
And 8 damage.
Ouch! And how do you kill this thing with the tentacle?
Now this time it just goes straight through the illusory Elias, since they already know, and it pulls him down into these depths beneath it.
Awesome. Death by drowning. Cool. So that one dies. That's only a bonus action for you.
Correct, yes.
Beez is on fire. Beez is like,
I
Marza
did my
dies.
optimal
I'm
this
bringing
time.
my A game.
I'm just stuck in a corner.
But you are so good in that corner, Igvis.
I prefer to be here than anywhere else because they can't surround me at least.
Speaking of which, do I get flanking? Because this one is in my melee range.
You would.
That's kind of stupid. That's good to know.
Oh, so I could also attack that one at advantage.
You
Interesting.
could.
We could have used that during our surprise. All right.
You're right. We should have. We should have gotten advantage of it.
You should have. Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay, Mariana. So bonus action, Tentacle of the Deeps. What is your action?
Going for Ray of Frost again. And that'll be at the one right in the doorway.
In the doorway. Okay.
15.
15 will miss. Okay, that's your action. You could move if you wanted to move. You do have movement left.
Yeah, I'll sit here.
Okay.
Wait. No, I want to move one more.
All right.
I think. Yeah, that's within my reach. Okay.
Cool. This one is going to attack you, Igvis. $13 will miss.
Yep.
All right. So Vaati, you see appearing right by you is this guy.
Not this thing again. Come on.
And it attacks you. $17 to hit.
That's going to hit, yes.
And it does this much piercing damage. It does this times 2. So 12 points of damage.
I'm still up?
All right. And then he disappears from your vision.
Igvis, Hound, everyone, we need to kill them fast.
Dolakesh.
The one in the doorway is still the one I hexed, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to move forward, it looks like 10 feet. Yeah, and then I'm going to Eldritch Blast that one.
All right. $19 to hit. 19 will hit with Eldritch Blast. For
five
five,
damage.
and then you also have the hex damage for 2, so 7 points of damage. Ouch, and that hurts, but he is still up.
No, that'll be my turn. That's it.
Okay. Vaati, you are up.
I'm gonna make an attack against him and get advantage on it because it's flanking.
Yep.
You have such a wide range. It's ridiculous.
Does a 22 hit?
22 absolutely hits.
Sweet. I do get to re-roll that, thanks to my Crimson Raid ability.
Sweet.
And then I get to roll flame damage too.
Yes.
So 7 plus 4,
Ooh, 11.
11 points of damage from the first hit.
Oof. And that hurts. He is barely on his feet right now.
And then I'm going to do bonus action hit with my other chain.
Okay. With advantage.
Well, that avoided a nat 1, and I'll just take that for what it's worth.
Okay. So a 10 will miss. Okay, so that's your action, bonus action. You could move if you wanted to move.
I am definitely not moving.
Okay. Sounds good. Honed. Honed is going to attack this guy right in front of him with advantage. So you said shift click is what you do?
Yeah, I shift click for advantage.
What's disadvantage? What's the shortcut?
Control
Click.
Control. All right. That is good to know. So that is 21, which will absolutely hit for this much damage, for 6 points of damage. And then we'll take his sickle attack. So a 15, and that will miss. That's Hone's turn. Igvis. You have flanking on both of these.
I'd probably say Igvis. This one.
I'm probably gonna target that one because it's the more damaged one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Everybody seems to be going for that one, so clear the door, I guess.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack.
All right, so 23
So 23 will hit.
for 4.
And you kill this one. How do you kill this one?
So I'm kind of imagining, is the tentacle still in front of me, Mariana?
Oh yeah, it's there.
Before, real quick, I will say that as he falls down, I am going to use him as a blood puppet. So be careful of what you do.
Alright, so in that case, kind of knowing your intention and what you can do, I'll basically just take my leg and kick him like into the chest and just cave in his chest.
And upon seeing that, I'll use my reaction to activate my blood maledict. He died within 30 feet of me. He gets to make a melee attack against the other person, his comrade.
Cool.
I don't have a stat sheet, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to roll that for him.
Well, wait. Who? No, Igvis gets to make. Wait, sorry. Say.
No, he's forcing the dude I just killed to attack his comrade.
I'm using my blood curse.
Oh, that's cool. Can you link your blood curse?
Yeah,
We will
I
roll
think.
that.
Well, no, it won't let me click it. It will let me click the amplifier, maybe?
So it basically says when a creature dies within 30 feet of you, to have that creature make one against a target of your choice. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm choosing not to amplify it because I don't have the HP to. But
Cool. Okay, so here is his roll as he goes die. Oh, and that will hit. For this much damage. For 6 points of damage to his comrade. And his comrade is woozy now.
Alright, and now I'll take my bonus action to attack the other guy, also at advantage.
All right.
Ah, that was so close to being good. Oh well.
it's okay. I do want to say that, like, when you see Vaati do that, you see, like, blood travel from his chains and entwine the body right before it falls and lifting it back up when he makes his attack.
So then for flavor reasons, what I ended up doing is the first kick caved in his chest. The attack came out of nowhere and I wasn't quite expecting it. So when I go to use my second attack, I accidentally hit the dude into the pit. And I'm like, oh, that's not what I meant to do.
All right.
And the tentacle kind of just pulls it down the rest of the way in.
This one is going to attack Igvis. 15?
We'll miss.
All right. So this one misses, and having seen his other two comrades fall, we're going to give him a 50% chance he runs. So
Where's he running to?
high he runs. So he stays in the fight. And he'll move. Well, yeah, I guess he's in a terrible position.
No, there's literally...
Agreed.
He'll just stay where he is, I guess. Alais, you're up.
As a reminder, Elias, you can cast spells through your double.
There's the caveat I have to see them, so we have to take a move back into the room. But yes.
I mean, I don't think the Shadow Man cares what room you're in, so honestly,
You
that's
might
your
as
main
well
danger
stay with us,
right
to
now.
be honest.
Right, and now I'm going to use Radiant Flame.
Sacred Flame?
He makes a dex save, I guess.
Dex save. All right. His dex save is 12. And that fails.
I hit something, guys! I hit something with the cannon.
I'm proud of you, Elias. I'm proud of you.
I did 2 full damage.
2 damage and 2 damage, really. That's really funny because 2
Is that how you want to do this?
Yeah, you need to tell me how you do this, Elias.
So Elias is just gonna kind of like duck out, like, thinking he can't do anything, and he's just gonna like cast this spell, and then it's gonna work. But he's gonna be as shocked and worked as I am right now.
Elias is like, I have the power.
And is combat over?
It is not.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
So,
I guess if I have remaining movement, get away from the wall.
okay, go ahead and move yourself where you'd like. So that's 30 feet of movement total.
I believe so,
I
yeah.
swear to God, if there's a fireball that comes through that thing and it destroys my house, I will be more mad about my house than I will be about our potential death.
All right.
A level 4 fireball.
That is Elias's turn. Mariana, you're up.
To do what?
We have no. This is the greatness. We have him right where we want him. We get to just ready all of our actions for when he appears, and then nuke him as soon as he fucking shows his face. So just get your best shit ready.
Can I ready the tentacle?
The tentacle's a bonus. You can't really ready that, but you can ready
Yeah.
your attack cantrip.
You can use your bonus to move the tentacle, though, this turn, so it's in a
Yeah.
different position if you want it somewhere else. And
Yeah.
then ready, like, a normal spell or attack or something like that.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be able to swing on the readied action, unfortunately.
Sorry, my class combination gives me a very wide list of spells to use, so it takes me a minute to figure out what I'm doing.
The joy of spellcasters.
It's great. Just make sure you
Weird
rest
flex,
and
but
keep
okay.
having spells.
I think the answer you're looking for is you can do everything.
So I guess first question is, where would you like the tentacles to be? Do you want them to stay where they are, or do you want to move them somewhere else?
I will move that probably. It's got a 10-foot range, so.
I don't
And
know
I
what
can
level
move
it is. Sorry, you can finish.
Go ahead.
I don't know what level it is, but fairy fire would be amazing if you had that.
I do not. My spells are largely lightning, cold, and water based.
We're an evocation sorceress here.
Okay, so tentacle can go up to 30 feet.
Stuff usually reduces movement, like we saw earlier.
Oh, I can't move that. Right.
Yeah, if you ping wherever you want it, I'll move it there. Okay, so here?
Yeah, pretty central.
Okay. So that's your bonus action, and then you can ready an actual spell or attack. For...
Already, Ray of Frost again, I guess.
Okay, so if you see it, you cast Ray of Frost. And your readied action will go off because it's the next turn.
Yeah, I get dang it.
And so your action will go off first, Mariana. So go ahead and give me Ray of Frost.
16.
16 will hit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Not so tough when you're not
8.
invisible, are you, bitch?
That is max damage for that spell.
Woo! 8 points of damage. And you see as it's ready to stab at Vaati, it just looks over at you with this like dark gaze under the hood. And you can see these two glowing eyes from underneath. And you know, I'm going to roll randomly to see if it goes for Mariana or Vaati. As it appears and you do damage to it. So 1 is Vaati, 2 is Mariana. All right.
Oh, thank God, I don't go down.
As you hit him with that, he swiftly moves
Get him, Vaati!
there, and
I do. Oh no, I don't, because I already used my reaction. Never mind.
and
Oh,
he
you did?
attacks
Unfortunate.
you with his dagger.
When do I use a reaction? Like before he rolls or after?
It kind of depends what it is.
Yeah, I guess
but
it depends
normally
on the
after?
ability.
Shield.
That would be after.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll
Only
see.
use that if it makes a difference.
Yeah, if it hits.
Yeah.
Which 17.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so 17 hits, so you can use shield at this point if it would make a difference.
Is your AC 15
It
or
is.
no 14?
My AC is 15.
Okay, so shield wouldn't save you.
It gives a.
It gives a plus 5.
Yeah,
I thought it was a
would
plus
attack.
2.
Oh,
My
no,
bad.
shield's-
Ignore
no,
me.
shield's awesome.
Shield's
Ignore
shield is
me.
like one of the best reaction spells because it just makes you a
My
tank for a
bad.
turn.
Yeah, dope. Go for
So
it.
it goes to attack you, Mariana, and you describe what your shield looks like.
Hang on, I haven't thought about this yet.
Some sort of
On the spot.
visible
So-
barrier.
Kind of like shimmering electric energy, like, and you smell like when you know there's an intense storm coming, that kind of like ozone in the air as the shield comes up.
Awesome, and as that comes up, it like electrifies around his hand, and he goes, "Ah!" And he drops his dagger, and you see him pull out a new one, and again those two glowing eyes just focused on you, and then he goes and disappears. Dolakesh.
Dolakesh?
Dolakesh.
I'm sorry, repeat that. Some people just walked in.
It's just your turn.
You're up.
It is my turn. Okay. I'm going to step into the room so I can see the whole room. And would detect thoughts reveal his position to me?
Can you link detect thoughts? I don't think it pinpoints. I think it'll tell you the presence of thoughts. But it doesn't pinpoint.
Flavor I'm going for, I can't link it while I'm on mobile. But the flavor I'm going for is essentially that I'd be like reading through its eyes and able to see who it's attacking next or where in the room it is.
You wouldn't be able to do detect thoughts on him because it specifically says a creature you can see. And you cannot see him.
So isn't there something in the second paragraph about you can detect thoughts of creatures you can't see through a Gillette?
As an action, can
Like
you
that.
insight? Let's just stay.
Oh, it's near the last. It says you can also use the spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see.
When you
cast
cast
the spell.
or as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. The spell can penetrate barriers. Blah blah. You take a creature with intelligence of or once you detect the presence of a creature in this way, you can read its thoughts for the rest of the duration as described above, even if you can't see it, but it still must be within range. Yeah, I would say that you wouldn't pinpoint it. Yeah, it wouldn't be used to pinpoint.
Okay, so then I'll just ready Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
That would have been the area.
Oh! I was like, not a fireball.
You just scared Vaati. Just gave him a heart attack there.
My house.
That would have been the area of the detect thoughts. That's all.
That would be a massive fireball.
Agreed.
Vaati, you're up.
I'm just gonna ready my whip for the moment the thing shows its dirty little face.
Okay.
If we could kill this thing now, that'd be great, guys.
Igvis, I would recommend closing the door behind you so it can't leave.
I was literally going to say that. I'm like, why don't you just close it? But yeah.
And staying where you are, Vaati?
Yeah, absolutely. I cover a good portion of range from here.
Okay, cool. Honed is me. So Honed is... I think Honed's just going to come into the middle of the room. And he's going to ready to attack something with a short sword if it appears. Igvis.
One step to my right. Close the door. And I think I'll stand next to Mariana because that's where it appeared last time, and then I'll ready to attack.
As soon as you get here and you go in that space, you feel a bump. And you run into something in there. Okay.
And I'm going to swing.
Okay, so you'll be at disadvantage.
Because I'm flanking, can I at least get
it'll be a normal roll. Yep.
Come on, just fucking slap him out of invisibility.
Yeah.
That failed, but
Let's get
the
the
extra attack also fails. Okay, so I got a 12 and a 9. I didn't know.
So you kind of bump into something and you try to swing in that space, but you don't make contact with anything.
And then they'll see me flailing, and I'll just be like, I think it's here, guys.
Alais, you're up.
I'm going to ready an action as well, for when we see it attack someone.
Okay, what are you readying?
I'm probably gonna do guiding mind sliver because I think this thing would have a high dex save.
Okay, so you ready Mind Sliver. Mariana, you are up.
I'm gonna take my bonus action to move the tentacle.
Okay. Where would you like it? All right.
He is stuck now.
We hope.
Kinda. That when exactly will his shield end? Because it's 1 round, so will that end like when his turn comes up again?
It's done. It's
or
at
is
the
it
beginning
done?
of your
Okay.
turn.
Okay.
So you're gonna ready your action too?
I will ready Shocking Grasp.
Okay, cool. And this is how you deal with invisible creatures, my friends. Because now he comes to, and all of those ready actions go off. So Mariana's goes off, Alais's goes off, Honed is out of range, Vaati's out of range, Dolakesh's goes off. So Igvis, Mariana, and Dolakesh, give me... well, sorry, not Igvis.
I was going to say I don't.
Mariana, Dolakesh, and Alais, give me your attacks. So Mind Sliver is what, a dex save?
Inch save.
That's intelligence.
An int save, sorry. So here's going to be his int save for the Mind Sliver. He will fail.
Guys, I hit with 2 cantrips today.
Yeah, well,
So
the best
proud
part
of you
about that
both.
is now he has 1d4 minus whatever his saving throw is. I can toll the dead in the next turn.
Okay, so that's 1 point of psychic damage.
Yes. You're welcome, guys.
Did,
Did you roll your Eldritch Blast as well?
Yeah, I did a 22 to hit for 10 force damage.
Okay, and let's see. Mariana,
17
you
from
hit,
Mariana.
and Dolakesh hit. So 10 from Dolakesh. And Mariana's Shocking Grasp is 7. As you just dish out tons of damage and wallop this guy, and he like gets stunted back, and he is like literally wobbling, barely able to stand, and you see him disappear.
I would like to point out, Shocking Grasp, one of the things it says is they can't use reactions.
It's not a reaction.
Just in case,
Yeah.
like, attack
Well,
opportunity or
I
whatever.
should say he attacks first, because
Nah, he doesn't need to do that.
so his attack, we're gonna roll randomly as he's a little confused. Igvis or Mariana. So 1 is Igvis, 2 is Mariana. Igvis, he comes out at you. So this
Thank God.
9 will miss you, and then you see him disappear, and you see that
Does the-
door open.
would it be possible for me to try to make an attack there as soon as the door is open?
Yeah, I'll let you do that, and you'll have disadvantage on it because you can't see him. But you were readying your action, and I'll count that as a trigger.
God damn! If I would have gotten that 18.
So that does miss. And you see that door open. Dolakesh, you're up. Dolakesh!
Okay, so his headset died again.
Oh no!
Go ahead and just text me, well, message me what you're gonna do, and I'll get you moved. Readying Eldritch Blast.
Alright, you're staying where you are?
And that is it.
Okay, ready an Eldritch Blast from where you are. Vaati.
I'm gonna walk over to the door.
Okay.
I don't bump into anything, do I?
You do not.
Is he bleeding, perchance, after all that damage?
Yeah, you trying to see if you can track blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me an investigation.
And is it like Fey Fiend or anything, or is it just regular?
Just regular. Investigation or survival, but your investigation's better.
18?
18. Yeah, you can see that there are drops of blood that are headed in this direction. It looks like they haven't. You see them all within like 10 feet. There's no blood over here.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to attack that place where the blood ends.
Okay, so ping the square specifically you want to attack. To be clear, there's no blood here.
Yeah. But the blood leads to that square, correct?
Yeah, so there's blood in your square right now. There's blood in the square diagonal from you, and then there's no blood in the square diagonal from that.
Would it be possible to make like an attack just like that direction, like whipping my chain out?
You would have to select what square you're attacking.
What do you?
So would it be on the last square with blood because it's still
That's the conundrum.
I think the deal is that like if you're attacking a spot, you're trying to hit them with the end of the whip. So like even if they're before that, maybe you'd like wrap it, but like you wouldn't do any damage or anything. I think that's the idea.
I think I'll just attack the square where the last amount of blood is.
So ping for me again. Which square exactly? That one.
That's
okay.
Yeah. That's the last square, right? Because that's got blood on it. Just to be clarifying, because there's no blood here.
Yeah, blood. No blood.
Okay. Yeah, I'm attacking that square.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll at disadvantage.
So it would be a 15?
So your whip makes contact with something. Go ahead and roll me damage. Your chains.
I get to reroll that because it's a 1. So, I get to... Okay, my god. Okay, so total of 10 damage. 4 of it flame, 6 of it the chain.
And tell me how you kill this thing as your chain wraps around it and it comes back from being invisible and you kill it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna it wraps around, because I can't really aim it. It wraps around and it's like, hell finally caught up with you, and then I just yank it and then engulf him in flames.
Awesome. And it's the flames themselves as he's coming out of invisibility. It's the flames that kind of bring him back to this world so that you can finally see him. And then as soon as he comes back to this world, just engulfed in flames and drops to ash on the floor.
And just real quick, Dolakesh did let me know that if we could end soon, that would be ideal for him. I figured I'd wait till at least the combat ended.
Yep. So that is that. Combat is over. We are out of initiative.
I would like to just do one thing real quick.
Yeah.
I realized while he stabbed us so many times, I'm assuming it's the same person. It might not be, but I'm just going to assume they're the same because I'm angry at him.
It's the same name in Foundry.
I want to grab his daggers because I know in particular he's really good with those stupid daggers, and I don't know if it's them or him.
Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. One of them, he dropped by Mariana, and the other would be outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna collect them both and hold on to them. Obviously, I don't know if they'll be super effective until I try them out, but I want them.
Okay, you pick up those daggers.
Those things stabbed me more than once. I'm so mad at them.
We can do some last-minute role-playing here, and then we'll wrap up for the night. So is there anything anybody wanted to say or talk about before you continue to go to sleep, I presume?
So, should we deal with the bodies at all?
I'll take care of the last one.
The last one's ashes. He can be swept up in the morning. The other
So
two?
that one other one that's left, the tentacle's just gonna move over there, kind of like lazily sweep it into the pit and close up.
You are quite strong.
Depends on the day.
And I'll just go and close the door. Vaati, you want to lock this for us now?
Yes, I'm on it. Out of curiosity, did we make any noise that would wake up the other person that's here?
Yeah, I was gonna say, she's just like cowering in that other room.
Yeah, I mean, all of that was like, what, 4 rounds of combat, maybe? 5? I didn't... Actually, it would tell me here in thing. That was 5 rounds of combat, so that was 30 seconds.
Real quick. Sorry, Dolakesh just told me he would have ran out, spit on the Shadow Man's corpse, and then just went to bed.
All right. Okay, so you have the corpses of these 3 people here. You do find, as I assume you loot them, 3 shields. Sorry, 3 shields on them and 3 maces. They're each wearing chainmail.
What? How heavy is chainmail?
Medium? Is chainmail medium or?
Could I use it in principle? Just take their chainmail and a mace?
Well,
heavy.
it has a strength requirement of 13. It's heavy armor.
Never mind on heavy armor.
We'll definitely let Honed wear a set and maybe have the maces if there are damage increase for him.
I'm gonna grab a mace because I lost mine.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Does anybody else care if they wield a
And
mace?
Honed will take one of the shields too.
Oh, for sure. I know you liked his shield.
Ooh, can I have a shield too? Because I also lost my shield.
Well, I don't use shield or anything, so I don't care.
I mean, I guess,
I could have just asked the Fist for supplies. Why did I not ask them for weapons and armor?
So the tentacle kind of like pulled the bodies in. So I like to picture that as it dissipated and this hole closed up, it just left a pile of their stuff.
For flavor reasons, we pulled them into the pit. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you find those 3 shields, 3 maces, 3
Out of
things of
curiosity,
chainmail. Honed,
do any of those shields look like the one that I know of?
no.
Okay, then they're worthless to me.
Do
And,
they have a symbol on them though, right?
yeah, they do have a black hand painted on them.
Similar to the one that we've
Which-
seen before.
Yes, which you recognize by now as the symbol of Bane.
Tell me, you guys know anyone who could repaint a shield?
I'm sure you could repaint it if we just got some.
So Honed will take a thing of
I can just, like,
chainmail, a mace,
scratch
and a
it.
shield. You also find 1 healing potion.
Okay, and I think we should just hand that to Elias because we
No.
don't want the healer to go down. And if
No. Having me have it. Well, I guess that means anyone who gets to me could bring me back up in combat, but I have healing magic, so
But it also means that you can save your healing magic for other people and keep yourself up.
True, as well as if I'm down, we'd have it. So yeah, putting healing potions on me makes sense.
Yeah, so I would prefer to give it to you, and just as an aside, because I don't know what else is going to happen tonight, I am going to use one charge of Hand of Healing on you as well, just to give you a little boost for the moment, and one on Vaati.
What does that do?
I'll roll it real quick.
So, friends, in game, just so I have excuse, what say you that we all carry at least one health potion on us at all times in case we go down in a fight? This way, there's something to bring us back up.
Do what you must.
Very well.
So 5 points of healing to someone.
First one's for Elias. I'm going to re-roll the one for Vaati.
So 5 points of healing to you, Elias.
I have 8 hit points.
Right, and 6 for Vaati.
Cool.
Well, it means I can activate my Crimson Right and not Baby Die.
I can basically do that at any point. I take a short rest. I can use that up to 3 times, so I'm trying to
Sweet.
top you up a little bit.
I mean, I figure, are we going to be able to take a long rest?
We are,
After
but
this
just in
round?
case, I'm worried.
Yeah.
So is everybody going to sleep?
Yeah, I figure maybe we set watch rotations this time. Just kind of like, we don't have to necessarily map it out right now, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have any watch rotations up that last time, and they rolled a 2 on their stealth, so...
Thank God.
got pretty lucky, yeah.
So I think I still want to sleep, because if I can at least get a short rest, I'll at least be able to do the healing again. So I want to just go out first. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I didn't use too much, so... And my health is full, so I can probably
gonna
take
also
like 2
Rest.
watches, maybe.
Okay. And you can set up your watches. We are going to end here, but you will be able to get through the night with no further incidents. So everybody will be able to long rest. So you can go ahead and do that on your character sheets. And then, we'll end there for the night. And we will see you all next Friday to see what you do as you wake up after a long night's deserved rest with a lot on your mind and a lot of decisions to make. So go ahead and say goodbye to the stream. We'll shut that off and get going.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.